Hey, let me get you guys put up here on the pop-out chat. We're here with Chris today.
What? I'm here.
Muppet Stuff is here.
I actually am here. Wow. Pinch myself. I am actually here. Live and in the flesh.
Well, there you go. I was going to say, I love you guys put up on the pop-out chat, but sometimes YouTube's like, I'm going to give you a couple minutes until I actually pop up. And we don't need to see us, so we'll pause us.
I get enough seeing us as we're looking at you right here, so I need to see myself.
Pop-out chat.
Okay.
There we go. We've got a whole whopping like nobody here. I don't think anybody knows we're like live probably because it's early. Most people are used to me going at 9, but no, we're doing 8 now. Live streams are probably 8. Oh, we got people coming in. Good.
Marco is here.
Chris is back. Yes, says Marco.
No.
He's not back.
No. This is my front. That is my back. Gotta start at the beginning. Get in early. Oh, by the way, I should mention if I doze off, we are watching the Muppets above us. So, and the 2011 the Muppets. So, if I look up here, I might be like, oh, yeah, there's Walter, and he's about to run out of the office, and all this stuff. So I'm like, oh, this was the shop at the Henson Company. I'm like, oh yeah, look at that. So they have the wire and old twine from the old past productions.
Should I turn this off? Is this going to... I was taking a video and photo of the library because I clean for you.
Whoa.
Well, I've been wanting to vacuum down here for a while because like, it needs to be vacuumed. And I was like, well, Chris is coming over, so it's the perfect excuse to do some vacuuming. Right. Right. And then I was like, well, I want to go take some pictures and whatnot. So I had to get all the 4 TVs playing and whatnot. So I was like, what am I gonna put in? I thought, well, I'm gonna put anything in. It's got to be the best Muppet movie there ever was.
Well, ever was.
2011 Muppets.
But it's a good one. It's the only Oscar-winning Muppet movie. I will give you that
because it's fantastic.
Give you that.
It's the best Muppet movie. Anyway, hello from formerly known as Blu-ray Snob. Oh, hello.
And Butts Plugged.
What? Butts Unplugged?
Oh, Butts Unplugged. That's Butts Unplugged.
Yeah. Oh, okay. From the UK. I
was like, Butts Plugged. Oh, okay.
I mean, Butts Unplugged still is weird.
So it was plugged. His butt was plugged.
Now it's unplugged.
And now it's unplugged. I got you. Okay, so this is like the Nirvana MTV version.
And MTV's Butts Unplugged.
Butts Unplugged. He strums while he's Butts Unplugged. I got it.
Found a for your consideration VHS of School of Rock today. That's awesome. That's cool.
Oh, I should mention that this is your first live show under the new format that's monthly.
Monthly, yeah.
And we should mention that this is your first show after Halloween.
Yeah.
So I brought
oh God.
I brought a cauldron of snacks. And there might be a treat at the bottom if we finish this thing. There might be a treat.
Did you cut a hole in there? When somebody hands you a cauldron, there's a tree at the bottom. I don't want to dig for it.
Whoa!
So, should I look now or?
Yeah, well, you can give yourself a treat and you can see what's there.
I want to see. What did I just spot? What is this? The Jimmy Dean Show? Where'd you get this from? That's the Jimmy Dean Show.
Yeah, I don't think you have that.
I don't have that.
You know why?
There's Rolf. There we go. There's some Muppets on here.
Of course. Why would I bring you to something that's just regular or something else? That would be fun. But there's candy too. There's candy.
Of course, I just ate a whole bunch of candy. So.
Well, but you have some more because I have this whole cauldron full of candy.
I'll just steal some, put some in the refrigerator later.
So there's candy here if you want. So I'll put it down here. You can have a snack on if you want.
I'm not gonna. I literally just had like a whole thing of like peanut M&Ms before.
Fine, I will take my candy and go.
Maybe a little bit later on I'll eat some. Right now, if I have any more chocolate, I'm gonna puke.
But yes, anyway, so that's your treat. That was supposed to be at the bottom. It was supposed to be a big reveal at the end. So now we're doing it at the beginning.
Yeah, Eddie Arnold's on here.
Who?
Eddie Arnold.
Well, I mean, obviously.
That's cool.
and Buck Owens. That guy I actually kind of heard of.
I still think, what's his name from, guys, Thank You for Not Smoking and Chisel Dude, what the heck is that guy's name?
Two-Face from Batman.
Two-Face, yes.
Yeah.
What is his name?
Aaron Eckhart.
Aaron Eckhart. I always thought he should do, if they ever did like an Eddie Arnold movie, kind of like they did like Walk the Line or Ray. I think he should play Eddie Arnold. He looks like him. Does he not?
I don't know who we're talking about.
He has a very similar kind of. He's that chiseled kind of like that chiseled jaw. He looks a lot like Eddie Arnold.
Speaking of biopics, have you watched Weird Al yet?
No, I haven't. I want to. Brittany wants to watch it too, so I gotta wait.
So, as you know, our good friend Joe invited me to the Philadelphia premiere of Weird, the Al Yankovic story. And so we met up and went there and got to see it in the theater with a whole bunch of other Weird Al fans. And Al himself was weird enough to show up.
Nice.
And he introduced the movie. It was pretty cool.
Awesome.
So if you haven't seen it, check it out. It is hilarious. It's hilarious. It's 100% true. Everything is 100% the way it happened, according to Al. It's 100% legit.
I look forward to watching it. I will be watching it. All right, questions. Bro wants to know what was on the Butt Slammers DVD that Mike picked up. Well, first off, Mike didn't grab it, but
he didn't grab a Butt Slammer.
He didn't grab a Butt Slammer. What was on it? It's what you think it is. It was porn.
Okay.
Chris, what would you do if you had a shrink ray?
Pew pew. I'd shrink. Oh, you know what I could do? I could trick my collection, and people say, "Oh, you have a Muppet collection? It's the largest in the world." Oh yeah. Whoop, here it is.
Look, there you go. So back down. Put it back in the drawer. It's a good idea.
I mean, what a safe space saving technique that would be. That would be awesome. I could buy something in real life, be like, look at this thing. Oh, look, it only fits in this tiny little. Fantastic.
There you go.
I would do.
I would shrink down my house and move it to Disney Spring or something.
Why would you have to move it? You'd be in your pocket.
Sure. What's up, Dave? How did you like Halloween Ends? Wait, did I watch Halloween Ends? No, I didn't watch. Wait.
Did you watch it from the beginning?
Did I watch Halloween Ends? I don't even remember if I watched it now.
I heard mixed things. I've heard mixed things.
Which one happens in Halloween Ends?
It's the newest one.
Yeah, but why do I remember what happened? I'm pretty sure I watched it. Oh, I did watch it, and I didn't like it. Yeah.
He immediately forgot about it.
It's so unforgettable. I'm like, did I even watch that movie? I did watch it. It wasn't very good. No, I had to think about like what even because they all kind of blend together because they're all just extremely mediocre. All three of those films, and yeah, no, I watched it. That's right, I did watch it, and no, I didn't care for it very much.
Yeah,
I'll buy it when it comes out, though, of course, but I didn't really care for it.
It'll be here in the ending section. Everything that ends. It'll be a whole new section of just ending movies. The last of a trilogy will be in a separate.
I should have like a resurrection section where it's just all movies that are yada yada resurrection because like how many movies ended in that? Film fan, what pawn shop are you speaking of? He says, why don't I go to that pawn shop anymore? There are lots of pawn shops. Which one? No, I'm picking.
It's probably Cash Converters.
Well, Cash Converters in Pottstown doesn't exist anymore.
But Cash Converters is the only pawn shop that we really.
There's one in Reading, but we're never really. It's out of the way. It's not even like it's off like the highway. It's like in Reading, but then it's like 10 minutes off the highway. It's like it's in a really weird spot. We go there occasionally, but
yeah, we come back from Adamstown. We would go that way because you can kind of come off the highway and kind of
go that way.
But we have not.
Yeah, it's sort of out of the way. That's what you're talking about. But there used to be a Cash Converters also in Pottstown, which is only like 15 minutes away from me. That one I used to go to all the time, but they're not there anymore.
I like this one. Brent asks, what would you do if all your collection, if you moved to Florida, what would you do with your collection? You're like, obviously you would bring it with you, wouldn't you?
Yes. I mean, I would shrink it down in my pocket and take it home.
Right. I'm like, well, Brent, he's going to leave it here for the next owner.
Yeah. It comes with the house.
It comes with a library.
It's a selling point.
Right. It's a whole media library. You get everything that you see or hear. Duh. I mean, the Godzilla collection alone is worth more than this house. So, I mean, it is what it is.
No, this is worth.
Oh, well,
the Titanic's.
Just the Japanese versions alone are worth more than. So, I mean, come on.
But no, I take my collection with me. We've looked at houses. Nothing. I don't want to say that like we've looked and we're gonna move. I mean, we were just browsing. You know, what's on the
browsing?
What's on the market? Let's take a look. And in doing so, I of course was looking for something that had room for my collection. I need obviously to put this somewhere. So I'm not gonna move somewhere where I don't have room for this. The house would have to have
this plus. It needs more than this.
Yeah. The only difference is I'm already assuming if I ever do move the house, especially if we move to Florida because they don't have basements and stuff in Florida, I probably won't have this whole setup like a TV and stuff in the room. It'll probably just be a library.
Right.
And if I want to watch movies, I'll just go out to the living room or something like that. That's probably what it's going to have to be. I don't think I'll be blessed with this much space again. But
well, it's just opposite because in Florida you can have up and over. It could be an in-law.
Yeah, but the problem is if you want to do square footage, including the basement, because for whatever stupid reasons
They don't.
Houses don't include basements when they do square foot, which makes no sense because that's what I checked.
Right. So anyway, yeah,
last time I checked, this was a room.
Right. So it would actually be more square footage and money wise because.
So I'd have to buy a bigger house. Yeah. But they do make these interesting houses down there since a lot of retirees moved down to Florida and whatnot, and people moved down there with families and whatnot. They have these houses where it's not called an in-law suite, but it's like that. It's something else. It's basically you have your house. Then off to the side of it is this other little kind of apartment and it's meant for you bring your dad or your parents or whatever.
It's a nanny thing.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. It's not called an in-law suite. They call it something else. But I was looking at houses with that because I was like, that would be perfect because we could live in the house, obviously, and that whole offshoot could be the library. That would have enough. That would have enough room for a TV section and everything. So
something to think about.
It is something to think about.
Or you don't move to Florida. You move to like South Carolina or some other place that's near Florida that has basements.
There you go.
I need a state with basements. There you go. Basement state of mind.
I've been into a basement in Florida though. Once we went to I went to an antique store and they had a basement. I was surprised. It was like not Winter Garden, Winter. There's like 3 different towns like in the same Atlanta area that all start end with winter. It was some winter something and
because everyone goes there from the winter. They fly there from for their winter homes. Okay.
Yeah, they have no winter in Florida yet. There's 3 towns right in the Orlando area, all called winter something. But I was really surprised when my friend was like, "Oh, you want to go check out the basement?" I was like, "Basement? The Florida doesn't have basements." Apparently, they do.
It's winterized. That's why.
Put my son on DVD. Says what? Theo? No. Why is somebody saying Lord Zed versus Skeletor? I mean, they're both kind of idiots. So I don't know.
Does Chris have a son? Because he has dad jokes forever. No, I am.
A cat.
I have a cat. My cat does not appreciate my dad jokes though. They just go right over his head. He just sleeps right through them. Give away a DVD. He's regifting. What is going on here? That's messed up.
Who had Black Friday deals, Jake? Yeah, when's all that stuff happening?
Soon.
Great.
When will then be now? Soon.
I want to go out on I miss going out on Black Friday.
Well, all the stuff is like out there before and it's gone by Black Friday.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. I miss my Black Friday like adventures. Like, okay, get up and go out and do a hunting on Black Friday.
Oh.
What?
Cinefun says something that you would definitely have to look at.
I know that. Yeah, Taylor
Swift has a larger.
Yeah.
Were you?
I've seen it.
Were you just pause on that one?
Yeah.
She's the evil stepmom, and you're like, she could be my evil stepmother any day. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I did see the Taylor Swift video with Laura Dern. I have seen that. Yes. No, we just talked about it. I've not. You've seen the Weird Al biopic. I have not yet. Biopic.
It's 100% accurate. It's not no quotes. No quotes.
Film fan says you convinced me to invest in some Haunted Mansion decor from Spirit Halloween this year. LOL, got that hanging bat, nice. The bust, the resin sign, and the gargoyle candelabra, all 50% off. Awesome.
Yeah, the gargoyle. I had not seen that even when we went to the flagship store. I did not see that before.
Yeah.
And then I walked into this place.
You made out better than I did.
The 50% day, and I was like, oh, what is this thing? And I was like, heck yeah, I'm grabbing it. That's awesome.
Yeah, you've had more stuff. Collegeville store didn't have a lot.
I went to 2 different stores the day after Halloween.
Okay.
So that was the 25% day, and just saw what they had. And the next day, I went back to just one store for the 50%. Dude, they're selling those crazy Beetlejuice hanging figures for like $130. I was like, I should have picked some of those.
I was kind of regretting not buying some of those Sanderson sister pops because that's one thing.
They were going next when I went that back.
Well, that's one thing that my store still had like 50% off. They had like 20 of them, and I was like, I should have bought them. So they're only $20, and they were going all day long. They were selling for like $50 on eBay. I was like, I could have just sold them for like 40,
right?
And like just double my money. I was like, I should have done that, but
Sanderson sister.
The problem is that I'm not one of those. I'm not a. I resell stuff. Oh, it's the Muppets with Dave Grohl. I love this scene. I resell, but I'm not like I don't have a store. I'm not some diehard reseller.
Well,
I'm like Big Dog.
The problem with the people that were reselling, I saw them all over Facebook, is like, hey, look at this great deal on this thing. It's only like $130. Like, dude, we all know you just got back from Spirit Halloween 2 hours ago and bought this. Like, it's not like you held it there. It's like this vintage, it's all that other stuff. Like, come on, man. We know it cost you like $20 for that thing, and you're gonna try give us a break. It's ridiculous.
The only thing is, so since I'm not like some like diehard reseller, I just don't like spending a lot of money to like.
Hey.
You have to do that. Like the big resellers, they spend money to make money. They drop, they'll drop like hundreds of dollars at a time on stuff, then to resell it, and that's great. That's what you do. That's your main, income. That's what you do for a living. It's not what I do. Reselling is kind of just a side thing. So I'll pick something up if I come across it for a great price. And this is like $1 or $2. Sure, I'll buy it. And then if it doesn't sell, or whatever, I'm not really out anything. But I don't know.
Speaking of reselling things, I have a bunch of stuff for sale on my Mercari page. And next connection.
You're plugging yourself here?
Absolutely. Well, that's why I'm here. I'm not butt plugging myself. I'm just plugging myself. I'm unbutt plugged. But yes, Mercari and toy show. The next toy show I think is in March, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
the next one is
toy show in March.
But yeah, plenty of stuff up there. More stuff to go. A lot of stuff up there to sell. A lot of stuff. Very cool stuff. Vintagey stuff. Puzzles and stuff. Lots of cool stuff. Buy some stuff. Muppet stuff. See?
Favorite Thumb movie? Probably Thumb Wars.
Punk and Metal Nerd 4 says Amazon and Best Buy's 4K deals are now.
But what are the deals? Because everybody keeps sending like messages out like, oh, look at all these 4K deals, and I go and they're like $15-$20 a piece, which I guess for a 4K is good, but
it's usually like 25 to 30. So
but for me, I'm like, if it's more than $5, I don't really consider it a deal.
Oh, Brett Mania
Super Chat, yeah.
We need a Muppet Family Christmas on DVD or Blu-ray. Why hasn't it happened? Maybe you said why it hasn't happened before, but I don't remember. So
it's on DVD, right? Just edited, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. So the reason why it's not been released is music rights. There's so many Christmas songs that they get the rights to have them just for the special, but not for home media and all that nonsense back in the day. That's all those kind of contract things have changed now, but back then it was just for TV. So they released it on the special. They aired a couple of times. They aired a couple of Christmases. And they also aired like Nickelodeon and all those other things. But so if you recorded it from that, you got the real one. Then they went to the UK where they have different licensing deals. And that has all the music intact because once you make something, it's in perpetuity or something. There's no music rights issues. They have some blanket law that says if it was made, you signed the right away for it. You gave permission for them to use it for this production. It doesn't matter where it's used in the future. You already gave the rights to do it. So the UK version is pretty much intact. There was a very short clip of Elmo hanging a stocking, like it's got a panning shot, and in both versions that is cut.
Because they can't have Elmo in it.
No, I mean no. The Sesame Street character, it just doesn't really make it. It's just like this panning. It's like literally like a second. So that's like the difference.
Why not just leave it in?
I think it's just the way it was.
All right.
I don't know.
So I gotta get the UK version of that, huh?
The UK version. Okay. Yep.
Look for that. Where are we at? Have you got yourself some? Yeah, you got Muppet UK Muppet stuff.
Oh yeah.
He's got tons of stuff from all over the world, not just UK. You got all kinds of crazy stuff.
Check out the video on YouTube, and you will get to the international section, where there's stuff from Australia, which is kind of the UK, but it came from Australia, UK, Japan.
I'm sure all you Australians love you're kind of UK.
Well, because that's the stuff. It's because they are not byproduct, but they were a part of the UK. The shipping and distribution channels are all the same, so things come there and that you get from the UK because it's just part of that. It's like Canada, right? Canada isn't part of the UK, but they get stuff from the UK and UK exclusives because they have the French connection, basically, right? For lack of a better term. So you can go to Canada and get a lot of UK exclusives because they have imports from France and stuff. So,
have you seen Meet the Feebles?
Oh, of course.
I've seen that.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I hadn't seen that as a kid. I only saw it maybe 20 something years ago. But yes, they really should.
Of it.
I mean, Peter Jackson is apparently like very ashamed of it these days or something. I don't know what. It's like, dude, you made all these great movies. That's fine, but you can show the schlocky shite that you made back in the day too.
They do. I mean, there's a bunch of his old bad horror movies out there. I don't know. Spice Girls Muppet movie. Sure, I'm in.
A Spice Girls Muppet movie. It's Muppet World, and everybody is played by Muppets except for Jerry. She's in it. She's the only actual person because she's the only special that was like out of the band for a while. So let's put her back in, take everybody else out.
They could do a cover of Muppets of the World, hands up your butt, every boy and every girl, hands up your butt, right?
Sure.
What are we? I thought about this too much. Oh wait, another $5 super chat for Brett Media. I see they released a complete Rankin Bass Christmas collection on DVD, but not Blu-ray for $60. I'll pass on that. I own them, even some on Blu-ray. Oh, I didn't know they did a complete collection. That's awesome. I gotta look into that.
So I'm imagining if they did that, then they'll probably release what they always do with these things, right?
Is it actually? Oh wait. Oh, complete. Oh no, wait. Oh yeah. No, sorry. Christmas collection. I was looking. I'm like, did you say holiday collection or Christmas collection?
What they'll probably do is this year they'll have a DVD, and then a year or two from now they'll release the Blu-ray to double dip. You're like, oh, they are gonna put that out there. Come on. Bunch of nonsense. Which is why physical media is part of the reason why physical media is dying so much, because they've cheapened the consumer so much with that nonsense.
Yeah.
They were tired of that crap. They're like, all right, I'm just gonna freaking watch it on the streaming services now because it's done. Forget you. That's how you shrink your collection. It's all digital on the streaming services.
You shrink your collection by getting rid of all your Sesame Street crap.
Oh, that's true too.
I hope people don't judge you for collecting special dolls. No, I'm that guy who collects Frozen dolls. Nice. No, people don't. Well, I mean, for the most part, people don't judge me. I don't know. I like my Spice Girl collection. Thank you very much. I can't get this like that.
Was this a bot?
No, somebody who is trying to like post like porn and stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
I would call that a bot.
Hey CS, do you and Muppet Stuff like to collect records? Recorded blank VHS tapes from recorded off TV? I think you two should collect for recorded off TV, like Muppets, Disney specials, and holiday specials. I don't know.
I have all. I mean, yeah, they're part of my collection.
No.
I have all the specials released. I've transferred them DVD, or you can find them online and put them on. So I have all the specials in my collection. I don't really necessarily have them on a shelf like this. Some I do. I used to make artwork for them, and there's some actually. People will show me their collections, and I'm like, oh, that looks familiar, because that's my artwork on the box. Because I would trade with people, and I'm like, oh, here's the whole thing. It's all it looks professionally done. It's a whole nice. So yes, that does happen sometimes. Muppet Sailor Moon.
The worst Muppet or Jim Henson product knockoff that you've ever seen.
Worst
one is the Miss Piggy where you put money into her breast.
That's a real one.
That's a real one now.
That's not a
knockoff.
I mean, it's a knockers off. But
you guys will be seeing that in the video soon. We were at an antique store this weekend, and there's a Miss Piggy. It's a
Sigma.
It's a ceramic bag.
Figural.
But she's like this, and there's a slot right here in her chest, and that's where you put the money. So you're literally she's stripping for you. You're putting the money between her.
It's real. It's a real thing. Sigma did some weird stuff back in the day.
Yeah,
because that's a weird one. That's legit. The weirdest one that's a knockoff. I guess that Miss Piggy, like
that ceramic thing,
that giant thing. It's like
you have one of those.
Yeah. Kurt, my buddy Kurt, gave me that because I was like, I wouldn't have paid that. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna buy that. I'm not paying money for that. But yeah, that was. It's like, oh, I finally have one of those in my collection. It's like this giant ceramic Miss Piggy. It's massive. It's crazy.
I think they did the Rankin Bass set on DVD only, I think, because some of them are only recorded on tape, which is limited to 480p, unlike the Frosty, which is probably on film. Oh, maybe.
If you could pick any director to direct a Muppet movie, living or dead, who would you each choose?
Jim Henson. right?
Well, he's already done two.
Okay.
He did the Muppet. He did the Great Muppet Caper, and he co-directed the Dark Crystal.
And did he also do Muppet 3D?
Yeah, in theory, yeah, that's a Muppet movie, I guess. Interesting.
I take it back. If we're calling that a Muppet movie, I like that better than 2011.
Okay, all right. I'll definitely give you that one.
3D.
Well, yeah, it's like 3D. Well,
forever.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino would be an interesting person to direct that Muppet movie.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting. See, I would like. He recently came out and kind of poo-pooed the Marvel people and said, I'm not just a hired hand. Like he has artistic direction, right? So I would like someone that's like an auteur, someone that has like a singular kind of vision for a Muppet movie. That would be kind of cool. So you really see like
Jason Segel.
He's not a direct. Oh, good. Now Segel's a director now.
He directed this, didn't he?
No.
Who directed this movie? I thought he directed it. He wrote it, didn't he?
Right. James Bob.
Oh, he didn't direct. Oh, I thought he wrote and directed it. Oh.
No. He wrote it and he stars in it.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
I thought
and then
the
co-writer and the director did the Muppets.
Yeah. Which is. I need to give that movie another watch, but I've only seen it once. I remember being very disappointed with it.
A lot of the music. Even though Mackenzie did both movies, I liked a lot of the music from Muppets Most Wanted better than the Muppets.
Really?
But I hated the ending to Muppets Most Wanted. I just hate that freaking ending.
I just didn't find it as enjoyable. I think what I like about the story is that, well, first off, let me look at that. It's freaking fuzzy. It's freaking hilarious. Anyway, it's a great, funny movie. The music's fantastic. I like the idea of the Muppets have been gone for a while. Now they're coming back. It's very nostalgic. This is fan service done right.
Well, yeah,
because a lot of times movies, will do fan service, and it's just like so like, oh my god, like this is so cheesy. They're like they're pandering to you.
Pandering.
But you can do that and do it right. I think this movie does it right, where you don't feel like you're being pandered to, like pandering.
Well,
to?
Because
pandering to.
They bring back the theater, and then they do the old songs. So you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. But at the same time, like this is the only. Well, I would call this the first Muppet Show movie. And then Muppets Most Wanted is the direct sequel, so it's another Muppet Show movie. It's like, oh, how do we make a Muppet Show movie without having the theater again? Oh, now they're on a world tour. So now we're doing the same thing, but now we're doing just bits and pieces. So that's how they got around that. But it's something about the Muppet Show having a movie, and it's a shame that Muppets Most Wanted did not do well because they had a third one sort of planned that was going to be more like Manhattan based or something. They were supposed to be sort of like how The Muppets takes place mostly in LA, so that was like the Muppet movie, and Muppets Most Wanted takes place in Europe. That was sort of like Bring Up a Caper, and this was going to be more like there was going to be like a trilogy to kind of like mirror the first 3 movies. That didn't happen.
Kermit was going to fall in love with a real life girl.
A real life girl, like a.
Isn't that in Muppets? Isn't that in Take Manhattan?
He doesn't fall in love with Jenny. They're just friends.
Well, Miss Piggy thinks they're falling in love.
He did give her the huggies though.
That's right. Is that the one where they? Was that probably not the first time, but when they did the bike ride?
Well, Kermit rode a bike first in Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
Oh, that's right.
And then they really.
But that tandem bike thing is pretty impressive.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, then they did Kermit for the Muppet movie. Then they wanted to kind of like expand upon that, and that's what they had the whole scene with all of them. And then Scooter rides a bike in Muppets Take Manhattan.
And Scooter and Skeeter? No, who the two? The boy and the girl.
The boy and the girl. Floyd and Janice?
No, aren't they brother and sister?
Scooter and Skeeter?
Yeah, Scooter and Skeeter. Yeah, they ride a bike in Muppets 3D.
Skeeter has not been in anything other than
no, it's
than Muppet Babies. The original.
Then who's he riding with on the bike in that? It's in the background.
It's Janice.
Oh, he's on a bike with Janice?
Because Richard Hunt wasn't there, and he was not not feeling well, and
I mean,
he died sort of by.
She doesn't talk. I mean, they just ride.
Right, in the back because he wasn't there for the shoot itself.
It was Janice. And Janice is the long-haired chick from Dr. Teeth, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So they use those characters in the back as an homage to show those characters, have them in there without them having to be in the. And then
I thought it was Scooter's. Okay.
And then Richard Hunt did Scooter for the intro. That's why Scooter's in the intro, but not in the show itself.
Gotcha. That's right. He is in the the pre-show. Yeah. I like the pre-show. It's only one of the few times I actually like going and watching them.
So Renee, 1980 says, Chris, I bought some stuff from you from Mercari. So there's another Mercari plug.
Nice.
There you go.
You guys buy my stuff from me. Actually, I've been doing pretty well online recently.
Bradshaw Studio. Hello from Bend, Oregon. Yeah. Are you coming to us from the last Blockbuster?
Blockbuster, yeah. Rob Zombie's Muppets Electric Mayhem movie.
Ooh. There's a show, so that's kind of cool.
That'd be interesting.
Is that what's coming in the 2023?
I did not play the Powerball because I probably should have, huh? Is it like up to it? Or what is or was?
No one won yesterday, so it's back up again.
Oh, should I have bought it?
It's like $2 billion.
Should I have bought it?
$2 billion. So that's just one.
$2 billion. Should I have bought a ticket? Oops.
Well, it's not today either.
Oh, when do they do the next drawing?
I think it's next week or something.
I
have no idea.
I'll buy a ticket. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll do a a retro rest stop video on me buying a ticket.
There you go. There you go.
Well, Chris and Dave, I love your videos. So yeah, thank you. CM Vogged.
Thoughts on Little Miss Sunshine and the Sound of Music? Those are two very different things. That's like okay.
Apples and oranges.
Little Miss Sunshine.
Good.
Yeah, it was great.
Funny.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while. That was good. And the Sound of Music.
Fantastic.
Nazis, gotta love them.
What's it? Martin Short. What do you play? Oh, Jimmy Glick when he asks Mel Brooks, like, what's your beef with the Nazis? He's like, I don't know. I find them kind of rude.
Right. Hey kids, just say no to Nazis, okay? Come on.
No, it's don't be stupid, be a smarty. Come on, join the Nazi party. We're gonna demonetized. If you don't know what we're talking about, watch more Mel Brooks movies.
The producers.
Watch the producers, yeah.
And
I love
The Sound of Music, and you'll realize how awesome the Nazis really were. When you watch The Sound of Music, you'll I think you'll find it quite quickly when they realize that they're
look at the real history of the Trump family.
That's a real.
Yeah, it's based on true story.
Based on true story.
But the true story is a lot darker.
Did they not escape to the basement and get out of there?
They escape, but it's just a lot. The story, there's a lot more horrible stuff that happened. What was I gonna say? They play. If you go to Disney's All-Star Movies Resort, they play soundtrack like music in the lobby, and it's all orchestral. It's not no voices. But one of the songs they play is "Springtime for Hitler."
Oh my!
So you're literally in there, and if you're listening, you're like, I was standing in there. I had to talk to the concierge about something, and all of a sudden I'm like, "Is this? They're playing "Springtime for Hitler"?" And I said it out loud. I forget who. I'm probably with Brittany or something. I'm like, "Is this "Springtime for Hitler"? And this dude looks over. This looks over at me and goes, "It is." He's like, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, "Oh my god, that's not very Disney."
Well, it's kind of funny if you said it like really loudly, and then someone else heard you and didn't realize the context of what was going on. That'd be really weird. Favorite non-Jim Henson related movie? For me, there's Jim Henson right there. For me, that would be Lawrence of Arabia.
You do like that movie a lot.
That's my that Star Wars, Days of Confused, Back to the Future. Those are all like in the mix there. But I think Lawrence of Arabia, like the sheer magnitude of that movie, the way they were able to film that in the desert without showing any tracks, how they have these helicopter shots. Like I think I say this every time I come on the show, but like if you watch that movie, there's a scene where he's walking through the desert where he's literally like this big in the shot, and he's like walking. You're like, what is that? And then like oh my god, because it's like that's it's awesome. It's such a great movie. So if you have not watched it, yes, it's like 4 hours long. Sit down, get some popcorn, get a soda or some tea, whatever your beverage of choice may be. Sit down.
Not sponsored by Purely, but they want to.
Relax.
Pepsi for watching.
And get yourself a copy of Lawrence of Arabia, and you will not be disappointed because it is fantastic.
I was going to say, what's your favorite non-Muppets like Jim Henson production movie? But I think I know what that is. Labyrinth.
Wait.
Or Dark Crystal.
You said non-Jim Henson? Those are Jim Henson.
No, non-Muppet. Non-Muppet.
Oh, non-Muppet,
yeah.
But Jim Henson related.
Yeah.
Muppet, Henson movie. So the way I correlate those two movies is like the Dark Crystal is like a film, and Labyrinth is a movie.
What?
Because like right.
Huh?
So it's like a film, like it's very high. It's like arty. Dark Crystal is like very arty, but like Labyrinth is more like commercial. It's more like it's more palatable to an regular.
So which one you like better? If I did say right now we're watching Dark Crystal Labyrinth, what would you choose?
I think Labyrinth is probably a little more easy to swallow. It's fun.
Just like it's Jennifer Connelly's in it.
Not going to argue with that either.
The truth is, it's not the Jennifer Connelly likes. It's the David Bowie cod piece that he's into.
So funny story about that.
He actually has the cod piece on display in his collection.
Wearing it now. What do you mean on display? No, I mean I was at New York Comic Con
You
this
saw the
year,
copies?
and they have a mystery box. They like sell these mystery boxes of SpongeBob and whatever.
Okay.
And we're walking by, and my buddy's like, "There's a Labyrinth one." I'm like, "Really?" And of course, oh crap, there it is. So I gotta go buy this thing. And he's like, "Yeah, we gotta see what's in David Bowie's package." So the whole thing, I'm like, "Oh my god, what a great joke!" So I was like, "Well, we gotta go see what's in David Bowie's package." So look in my New York Comic Con pickup video, and you will see what's in David Bowie's package.
Plug.
Yeah, is there a little?
Yes, we both liked Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Oh, that's like the best thing they've done in years.
Cat Girl,
That's
it's
I
fantastic.
like that better than the Muppets.
I don't know if I go that far. I really like this movie, but yeah, no, I liked it. My only issue was that, like, we were just talking about it. There are lines that they get not. As somebody who's been on that attraction 475 bajillion times, and I can literally ride that attraction and
Do the whole thing.
do it verbatim. I can see the whole thing from when you first walk in to what's narrated throughout the entire thing. I know it all, and I even know, like, when they stop the ride and they say, like, we've been momentarily detained. No, I'm good. I do not want more chocolate right now. Anyway, like, I know all that. So when they do it in the attraction and, like, they don't get it spot on, they get, like, a little bit of wrong. It really irks me.
Well, my assumption of that is because it's a amalgamation of all the different haunted mansions all over the world, because they have different versions all over the world. So, like, the version in California is different from Florida, the one that's in Paris, whatever. So the building itself is not one; it's a combination of all. So I'm wondering if the lines of dialogue are like that on purpose too.
No, I think there only are 2 haunted mansions. There's Disneyland, Disney World. Then Paris has the Phantom Manor, and
They'll count that.
what's the other one?
That counts as a haunted mansion.
Yeah, but I mean, it's complete. It's not the Phantom Manor. It's different. It's not.
Doesn't have the haunted ghosts or anything.
It's similar, but it's a different storyline.
Oh.
Same thing with oh my gosh, I'm forgetting what it is. Is it Tokyo? No, it's not Tokyo. Is it Tokyo or is it Shanghai that has the I can't even, people leave comments. I should know this. It's the one with that it's more based on magic, because the culture there is very the Japanese culture is they respect ghosts more. So they don't really make fun of ghosts, like the Haunted Mansion would be kind of seen as like negative to them, because it's sort of, it's playful spooks. Like, no, they actually believe in spirits and ghosts. So that's very serious to them. So they have a Haunted Mansion, but it's more about magic. And there's a magician who's, like, gone missing, and there's this playful monkey. I had the monkey plush in Vanderbilt.
Oh, that's the monkey.
That's the monkey. Yeah.
Where's the monkey from?
He's from that attraction. I can't remember what it's called though.
Do you remember when D Productions sent you those mysterious recorded VHS tapes, and then you were at Goodwill and you found one of those as a pre-recorded tape? Or what?
Yeah. I didn't watch the ones from D Production. I threw them in the trash. And then I didn't buy the ones from Goodwill.
So wait, someone sent you? Did you even see what's on them?
No, I wasn't gonna watch. No, I just chucked them.
He's like, oh, I'm like,
I didn't want to watch it. I didn't care. So somebody asked a question I wanted to see. Crap. I read your question wrong. It's just his Nightmare Before Christmas, a Christmas movie or Halloween movie. It's a Christmas movie.
And a Halloween. It's both.
It's a movie you can watch on either one. If I would watch Nightmare Before Christmas during Halloween. That's fine, and I have watched it. Right. And I could read it. Yeah. And
we're watching the Muppets.
If somebody else wanted to watch, I wouldn't knock somebody for wanting to watch it on Halloween. But if you said, "Is it a Halloween or a Christmas movie?" You had to, and I have to pick one. Gun to my head, which one is it?
Yeah, it's probably Christmas.
I'm saying Christmas.
Yeah, because literally it's about him saving and
yes,
blah, blah,
it's about Halloween Town, but it's about Halloween Town taking over Christmas. It takes place the day after Halloween. They all just got back from celebrating Halloween. It takes place on November 1st, and then it's all about Jack being depressed. He's sick of Halloween. He's tired of scaring people and just that lifestyle. He doesn't want to be the pumpkin king anymore. So he goes and he finds Christmas Town, and he's like, well, I want to take over and do Christmas now.
So then the point has to be made. Die Hard and Gremlins, is that an action movie or a Christmas movie, or is it a creature film or a Christmas movie?
I think that both of those films are, I call them non-Christmas movies. They're movies that take place during Christmas, and they center kind of around Christmas, but it's not a Christmas movie per se, where it's not about the spirit of Christmas or something like that. It's just a movie that takes place during Christmas time.
Ho,
because people
I got the gun now.
Because people try to argue that, like Home Alone, then they're like, well, then that's not really a Christmas movie, and I'm like, but it's more about the spirit of Christmas, and Christmas plays a really big part in those movies. They are, in my opinion, they are 100% Christmas films. But I do think Die Hard and Gremlins do count as Christmas films. Like I watch them during Christmas time. They absolutely count. They're 100% movies you can watch at Christmas, but I call them non-Christmas movies.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
That's what I call them.
And I watch this at Christmas time. Like, December 24th at midnight is when you line it up so that Hans Gruber falls down right at when the bell turns midnight and it becomes Christmas morning. Hans Gruber splats. Christmas has arrived.
$4.99 super chat. That's weird. Is there tax on it?
Taxes involved,
Who would win in a fight, Grover or Elmo?
Grover.
He would turn into Super Grover and kick Elmo's butt.
Well, he would turn to Super Grover for trying to kick Elmo's butt, and it caused more damage.
Yeah.
and Elmo would be like, Elmo was gonna love you anyway.
Are you in the punk music? Mark wants to know.
Punk music. I'm into music, and I like punks, but I'm not quite into punk music.
I mean, there's some crossover stuff you probably like.
The Toasters, that's a punk band, right?
Ska band.
Ska. Well, that's kind of punk. It's kind of ska.
They're a two-tone ska band from the UK.
Dun, 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 really
that. Oh my god.
I mean, am I my boss tones?
No, that was your Big Fish.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like punky ska band. I mean, I like it.
I said, oh my god, because I thought you were doing to. I thought you were saying that was Toasters for a second. I was like,
no.
They're
all a bunch of
hey,
songs.
from Hurricane, Florida. Glad I made the live stream, says Cindy. Yeah, I heard you guys having another hurricane.
Uh-oh.
Please,
be safe down there.
Whatever you do, don't drive through it.
Whatever you do, get in the basement. Oh, I forgot.
No, just don't be a stupid idiot and drive through. Hey, look, again, in all fairness,
he's an idiot.
No, in all fairness, I should have beat the hurricane. It's the weather people. It's the weather people saying it's going to hit at 8 o'clock, and then going, "Oh no, we were completely wrong. It's going to hit at like 3 o'clock." Like that's a big difference. That's like if
it's earlier, not later.
Yeah.
It came sooner than right.
Like an hour or two difference. I'd have been like, okay, I could get there's a, but that's a from 3 to 8. That's a big gap.
Well, I mean, if only somebody would have said, "Hey, I don't know if you want to go down there today." Because there's a storm coming, you might want to go like tomorrow, next day. If only somebody.
I have priorities.
Anybody.
It's called
anybody.
I have priorities, and it's called Walt Disney World.
Lucky he was still there when you got there.
Luckily, I didn't die. I mean, it was intense driving through that. I would not want to do that again. But
do I have the Sesame Street book? It's Not Easy Being Big. Yes. That's like from the 80s. I believe I have that. And just found out the free library drop-off. Yep.
Code says, and it is Batman Returns. It should be considered a Christmas film.
Batman Returns.
I call Batman Returns
a good one.
Batman Returns. I also consider a non-Christmas movie. It's not about Christmas, but it takes place during Christmas time. Night of the Comet is a non-Christmas movie. It's a sci-fi like horror movie, but it takes place during the Christmas season. Like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. In Bruges.
In Bruges?
Bruges, is that what it's called?
Bruges?
Yeah, whatever. How do you say that? Is that what that town's called? That's like a non-Christmas movie. There's a lot of them. There are a lot of movies. I think one year I used to do these like holiday thons. Like every Halloween I'd watch all these Halloween movies. Every Christmas I'd watch all these Christmas movies. I still do that, but I don't do them every day like I used to. It's my throat goes dry. One year I specifically chose like as many non-Christmas movies as I could. And I tried to find all the weird stuff that like took place during Christmas. It wasn't a Christmas film, and there was a lot. I actually had enough to fill like 25 days
of Christmas. Right, 25.
25 days of non-Christmas Christmas.
They should do it like Freeform. One of those goofy channels have like a Christmas movie marathon. It should be like all those movies.
Wait, there's a new Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie coming out tomorrow? I did not know that, Chan.
I heard about an Aqua Teen. Is it Apocalypse? I've heard of this, but I didn't realize it was coming out.
I did not know that.
It's on HBO Max.
Oh, Max. I'm gonna have to watch that. I did not know.
The Swedes say, "Yo, homies, yo, Swedes."
I live in Florida. Do you know how big a hurricane is? It's very big, but I still, when they say it's gonna hit at 8 o'clock,
The answer to all Sesame Street questions is yes, Chris has it. Not everything. Too much, though.
The answer should be, I'm no longer collecting for it. I'm just seeking the Muppets.
Today should have been the Star Wars episode of The Muppet Show.
Huh?
I think we should be watching that.
Oh, we should watch it. Do I have it? Well, I guess it's on the DVD or no? Has that been released?
Yeah, it's
the Mark Hamill
season 3.
Okay, then I have it.
So that's it.
I think I have it. I think I have it in the season 3 then, and I also have it on the Time Life.
The Time Life, yeah.
Yeah, I have the Time Life release.
Best of.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where are we at? Sorry. Favorite Beach Boys song. Ugh.
I wish they all could be copyright infringement. I wish they all could be copyright infringement. People.
If every word I said could make you laugh, I'd talk forever. I just like that song because Uncle Jesse sings it. And because he was in Full House.
He was in the band. Punk and Metal Nerd.
Sings it at Disney.
Punk and Metal Nerd said he saw the Spirit Halloween movie. So odd.
I haven't seen that yet.
It's on all the streaming services apparently, but I've not seen it pop. Usually they go, brand new.
With Doc.
Yeah, I haven't seen it pop up anywhere, so I keep forgetting it's even on these things. It is what it is.
Punk and Metal Nerd. I just watched Captain America 1990. Odd movie. Yes. Why make Red Skull Italian for this one? Odd choice. Next up, I'm going to.
Yeah, I mean, he's a not.
Well,
the
probably see
too, but I mean.
Weird, then Fantastic Four. Trying to watch all the non-MCU ones. Nice.
Watch Weird. It's weird.
Is that wait? What's Weird?
The Weird Al movie.
Oh, well, he said I'm trying to watch all the non-MCU movies. I was like, is Weird a non-MCU movie? Is the movie just called Weird?
It's called Weird.
Oh,
the Weird Al story. The Al Yankovic story.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Something like that. Yeah. 100% accurate.
I meant to say Yoda should have been in the Star Wars episode of Muppet Show. It should have, because Frank Oz could have done him. Yeah. Frank. I want to see Frank Oz, Piggy on one hand. Yoda on the other hand, and talk to each other.
Well, Mr. Movie Buff, you should know very much why Yoda is not in that episode.
Why is he not in that episode?
Because that episode came out before Empire Strikes Back. In fact, they actually had a spoiler. People have picked up on this now, but people didn't realize it back then. Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker's outfit is a spoiler because he did not wear that outfit in original Star Wars.
So technically, he hadn't made it to Dagobah yet.
He hadn't made it to Dagobah yet, but he's wearing that outfit in that movie. And they say something weird, like, oh, but they shot Empire Strikes Back literally across the street, at L Street. L Street. L Street.
Okay.
That's the name of the studio.
I thought they shot the movies of Pinewood.
No, that's where they shot Harry Potter. At L Street, where they shot Empire Strikes Back, the little studio street, right? Across from that, they filmed the Muppet Show. So literally across the street. So Frank Oz just had to put his Miss Piggy down, walk across the street, and pick up Yoda. Correct. Correct. Yep. True story.
Where we at? I'd really like to see Chris's Muppet collection in person. It's a $20 charge. He charges at the door.
Right. Until you can see it in person, be sure to watch that video
on Retro Rest Stop.
and there's a short 10-minute video on Retro Rest Stop. The full hour and a half version, if you want to launch Arabia, you see the extended cut. The extended cut. Come over to Muppet Stuff on YouTube and you watch the full version. I have to do an updated video that probably only like a 10-minute, 15-minute, recap of new stuff, but that's coming sometime soon.
Ooh, Sydney's going to Mickey's Very Merry next Friday. Ooh. Nice. On Mickey's birthday.
Ooh.
Although technically it's not really his birthday. But... Well, they always say Mickey's birthday is
who says?
When they always count Steamboat Willie.
Oh.
That's technically his theatrical release birthday. But his technical birthday would have been, I think it was a couple months earlier for Plane Crazy.
So yeah.
But Plane Crazy was never there was Plane Crazy and Gallop and Gauchos. They were never released theatrically. They were made, but nobody picked them up. They tried to distribute them and nobody was like, no, we don't want to play these. And then finally it got picked up after the third cartoon, which is Steamboat Willie. Then it got picked up and distributed and put out on
that's because
in theaters.
They had discovered how to put sound.
Yeah.
But with this we can do sound. So they went back and put sound to Plane Crazy and then released it. Like, oh, that's cool because originally it was just a silent version, like a little title card would come up or something, and they're like, oh, we can put sound to it too. So I think does it still have the sound? I think it still has those title card things. I think because they don't have lip sync. They just have sound.
Yeah.
So they still have the little title cards. But yeah, they realized how to do that. So they released. But yeah, I think that it was shown though. Plain Crazy, I think, was shown in like a theater or something beforehand. So I think it was released. I'm not positive.
From what I read, it wasn't. From what I read, I mean, they did like a theatrical like showing of it to like try to.
Right.
Well,
so that counts.
Well, no, a theatrical showing in the sense that they put it up on the screen to show people who were like investors.
Oh, then.
But not to but supposedly not to a general audience, or so I was told. That's why they count Steamboat Willie. But again,
audience, we will take your opinions on this.
So technically, Steamboat Willie is the theatrical birthday of Mickey, but it's not really his birthday per se. He was vetted in whatever that was. Anyway, I'm a nerd.
Well, Butts Unplugged says he is a subscriber to Muppet Stuff. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for watching.
Poor bastard. But are you a subscriber to Retro Rest Stop? I just made it. See my new logo.
Oh,
I just made it. I need a sweet
new logo.
I made a nice new logo. Yeah,
new
one I'm sticking with because the other the one I made.
Make sure it sticks. Okay.
The one Jack. this scene's awesome.
It's Jack Black with all the all the balls.
I'm gonna watch this movie. I'm gonna watch this movie now. Anyway,
being nonchalant. See, this is the Quentin Tarantino section.
What's that saying? Like, you kidnap people?
Right.
Anyway, yeah. So the logo I had before for Retro Rest Stop, I wasn't like I liked it, but I knew that wasn't gonna be my forever logo because I just wasn't like thrilled with it. But the new one I made, I'm taking it. So anyway, yeah, great movie. Will you watch the Undergrads movie when it comes out? They're doing the Undergrads movie. Wait,
what's Undergrads?
Like the cartoon, like the MTV show. When you see Undergrads, what do you mean Undergrads?
Please.
Are they doing a movie? Wait, if you're telling me they're doing a movie for that
please
that old MTV cartoon series that lasted like a season, which was fantastic, by the way, that'd be amazing. Is that what you mean? That'd be so cool. Oh, where we at? Call Disney and tell them they are wrong on his birthday. Well, yeah.
A new season of Clone High is coming to HBO Max.
I don't know what Clone High is.
There was a show on Cartoon Network.
You know what Disney's also...
Or what you call it? I guess it was Adult Swim.
You know what Disney's also wrong about all the time? They always try to do the trivia. What was the first Disney movie with CGI?
That is The Great Mouse Detective.
No.
That is The Black Cauldron?
Yes. It is The Black Cauldron. It's the scene where they're getting onto a boat. The boat's CGI. It was the first movie to incorporate CGI.
Because they always say Great Mouse because that gear scene, that was like the big thing. Black Cauldron.
Black Cauldron was the first one, but they always try to say it was I don't know if they say Beauty and the Beast or something. Whatever trivia Disney says, the answer they give is always wrong. Right, because it's the first one with like whatever answer they give, it's the first one that has a big major CGI scene. It's a big scene, but technically the first one to incorporate CGI into it.
Actually, wouldn't that make it? No, I was gonna say Tron, but that Tron came out.
Well, they're talking about animated movies. I mean, not just
technically Tron is an animated movie because half of the things you think are CG are actually
they're actually drawn,
actually animated, and then there's like 2 bits that are use a computer for. So technically, that's like the first. So technically, if you want to be put it in your a category, Tron is a Disney live action animated hybrid like Roger Rabbit.
That's the thing that sucks in movies nowadays. It's like there are some movies where I have to go, wait, animation or live like do I put it in my animated section or do I put it in like because some of the stuff I'll
tell you where to put it. The Lion King. And the Jungle Book.
That's all animated, yeah.
Yeah. You know where you put that? The trash.
But at least Jungle Book has does have live action in it, as opposed to Lion King that's all
awful.
That's all CGI. Yeah, it's not great. Awful. Yeah, they're doing a sequel, or a prequel.
It's
something about Mufasa, right?
Mufasa.
A prequel, yeah.
The circle.
Or just it's a sequel. He comes back from the dead. He rises up out of the elephant graveyard.
That I would watch. that sounds good. I have no desire at all to see any of them.
Scar comes back too, and they have a zombie fight. Be awesome. Make it happen, Disney. Make it happen.
Cash grab.
Bucks Up does subscribe to our Retro Rest Stop. Thank you.
Too bad Cloris Leachman died.
Oh yeah, they're making a. Wow, that is interesting. You ever see Undergrads? It's right. You have it. Right there. Right next to Underdog. Yeah, Undergrads was a show on MTV. It's about these kids in college, and it was a really well done animated show. But I guess it never caught on. It only lasted one season. If I'm not mistaken, I think it ends on a cliffhanger with him and his like love interest, and then it just stops. So now that is interesting. Why are they like? I'm excited they're doing a continuation of it, but at the same time I'm like,
it's not
why
a very popular show.
Yeah, because unless I'm mistaken. Is there a big following for undergrads? I don't talk to a lot of people who know what that show is. A lot of people I mentioned that show to are like, what the heck are you talking about? So I can't imagine there's some big audience for
Undeclared, the show
that
they made after My So-Called Life, what's his face did?
The famous director.
him. I'm sure I just went blank. But yeah, the guy that did 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah, why would you like?
So anyway, that show was great. They should bring that show back. Bring that back. Do My So-Called Life. Do that now. Like in their 40s. Like
what? Two seasons?
I think it was only one.
Was it only one season?
Yeah, maybe.
I had that too.
13 episodes or something.
Yeah, it was a great show. But yeah, I like your idea of My So-Called Life all these years later with like the cast. Are they also alive?
I think.
I mean, obviously Claire Danes and Jordan Catalano.
The dad was just in the new.
Was he?
Something.
What about the girl? What's her name? Angela? No. What's her name? It's Angela?
Claire Danes.
No. Who was the chick, the freaky chick, her friend? Claire Danes' friend.
Yeah, she's still alive.
She's still alive. And there's the
Jared Leto, yeah.
And there's the
with the Joker.
Their gay friend. I don't remember his name.
No, he's not gay. Brian Castellano, whatever.
No, not Jordan Catalano.
Oh, the other guy. Yeah,
the other guy from the movie. Yeah. I already told you those two are still alive.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't listen to me when I talk. Literally,
no, I'm saying
how many times this weekend? How many times this weekend did I go, dude? Look at this awesome thing. This is really cool. And then 2 minutes later, he's like, Dave, did you see this awesome thing? It's really cool. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
Because to be fair, I'm over here looking at this thing. He goes, look at this thing. This thing. It goes on. It like never stops. So I'm over here looking at something. He goes, and I'm like, oh wow, look at this. He's like, I just said
that. Listen to me.
Like, I did. I just didn't hear that piece of it. I heard you say something about it. Anyway, yeah, that'd be cool. Like if they did like them as adults, and then like they filled in the story, like and then other actors but that'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'd watch
that. The dad was in. I think he was in. God, I want to say Black Adam or one of these newer movies. He was in something new. I just watched. I'm like, oh, there's the guy. And he was like kind of a bad guy.
People coming back. Have you watched yet Girl Meets World?
No, I never watched. I watched Boy Meets World, but
You're killing me, Smalls. Really? Okay, first of all, Boy Meets World's fantastic. Get on Disney Plus, watch the whole damn thing. It's fantastic. But so I love that show. I've seen that. I've watched every episode of that show like dozens of times. And I just recently rewatched it because when I was down in Florida with the twins, one night I brought my Roku with me. So one night we were just all getting ready, showering and stuff, getting ready for bed, and I had to put something on. I was like, oh look, Boy Meets. I think it popped as a recommendation. I was like, oh, Boy Meets World. Let's just start watching it. And before we knew it, we had watched all of season 1 while we were down there for that week. So when I got home, I was like, well, I want to rewatch all this. You watching them do the intro?
It's the Muppet Show intro. You
gotta watch that. Anyway, so I rewatched all 6 or so seasons of Boy Meets World. And then I was like, and then Disney Plus is like, well, you watch these, you're probably gonna want to watch Girl Meets World. I'm like, I've never watched that. So I started watching it. It is fantastic because you would think, okay, it's about his daughter, and it's more of it's a modern day show, so it's a bit more teeny bopper and stuff like that and whatnot. But they cater a lot to the Boy Meets World audience. They keep bringing back all these characters. They bring back storylines. Like Angela just came back in one of the episodes, which was Sean Hunter's girlfriend. They brought the parents back. Mr. Feeney comes back. Eric comes back.
Who's back?
Oh God, what's Eric? Eric for a couple episodes in one of the later seasons has he's like he's like a big brother or whatever they call it, where he's like, you know, with a little kid who's like in an orphanage.
Right.
And it's a really sad scene where he wants to adopt him and then realizes that he doesn't, you know, he shouldn't be adopting him. He should actually let him get adopted by a real family. That'd be the right thing to do. But it's heartbreaking because he loves this kid. This kid wants to be adopted by him. He's so excited to get adopted by him, and he has to let him go. Anyway, that kid, I don't know if it's the same actor. I have to look that up. Dude, they got that same actor come back.
That'd be freaking that kid.
That'd be freaking amazing. But anyway, they had that at least that character come back. Anybody knows?
Tommy?
Yeah, Tommy. Does anybody know if it's the same actor? I didn't look it up yet. If anybody knows, let me know. But they have that at least that character come back, and it's a surprise because that character's in the episode and you don't realize it's him. And then he's like, he starts saying something about like, oh yeah, he knows about being a great dad and yada yada yada. And then Eric's just like, Tommy, and I'm like, oh my god, Tommy's back. Like they cater a lot in that show to the Boy Meets World audience. So if you haven't seen that show, if you're thinking I'm not gonna like it, it's a modern day Disney show with about these girls and stuff. I don't I'm not gonna watch Hannah Montana type show. No. Watch it because it definitely caters to the Boy Meets World crowd.
Judd Apatow. So cliffhanger, we figured it out. Judd Apatow. Someone said, yeah, Freaks and Geeks. See, that was a great show too. That'd be cool too. Bring back Freaks and Geeks for like a reunion and have what happened to them, like how they split off. Like, oh, well, let's film the story for you because that ended in a crappy way too.
I don't. Do you listen to Podcast Meets World? It's a Boy Meets World podcast. I don't. But I'm intrigued now.
What's your face? There's
Topanga,
the brother, and the old
Topanga, Eric, and
the older brother. Ryder Strong and the older brother.
The older brother. What the hell are you talking about?
Corey's older brother. Corey had an older brother.
No, Corey has one brother. He's Eric. Eric's.
Yeah, and Ryder Strong, whatever. That's it.
Oh,
yeah.
So Sean.
Nice.
So Sean, Eric, and Topanga.
That's it.
I live in a movie world. I don't know people by their like legitimate, actual, real human names.
Danielle Fisher, right?
Yeah, I know everybody by their. I
do watch that show. But
I literally named my son Sean Hunter. And he now knows because we were watching. I've told him a couple times who he's named after, but he had no idea what the hell I was talking about. So now that I was watching it, he came down a couple of times as I'm watching. I'm like, right there. I'm like, see that guy right there? Like, that is who you're named after. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, that is Sean Hunter. That is who you were named after.
Oh, boy. Poor Sean. Sean's best friend was Corey. Yeah. I know. Yeah, Corey's Ben Savage. I know. Fred Savage's younger brother. Savage, who I knew.
Did you ever see the episode with the episode with Fred Savage, though? Where at this point they're in college and he plays a college professor who tries to like hit on, like really creepily hit on Topanga, and he ends up, I guess, probably getting fired for it. But he ends up being a douchebag too, because not only does he hit on her, but then he like legitimately like up front like lies about it to like the dean, right. And like and basically like, and he has this attitude where he's like snarky, like kind of like F you, like I'm a teacher, screw you guys, like I'm amazing, right. And you guys just suck, and I'll do whatever I want to any woman I want to do. Like, and it's like, wow, like he comes off as a jerk. I'm like, I can't believe he signed off on that, because he does not come off good in that episode.
And apparently there's some issues with he got fired from the new Wonder Years show as a director because there was some sexual.
By the way, that show is good.
Yeah,
I like it. I watched. Is there a second season of it now?
It's not out yet.
No, because season 1 was good.
It's the first season on Disney+.
Fully admit I have a crush on the sister. She's pretty cute. I follow her on Instagram now. Stalker. She's cute. No, you know who's really cute? The girl, the main girl from Big Shot.
Oh, I don't watch it either.
Oh, I haven't watched season 2 yet, but yeah, she's cute. Anyway, Boy Meets World is my favorite show of all time. I mean, fair enough. It's a fantastic show. Have you watched Girl Meets World then? Did you chocolate in your hand? Or is that a mole? Or I was like, either a chocolate or a mole in your hand.
It's a stupid Kit Kat.
I feel like we're in a movie where he's like, a chocolate or a mole. It's a mole.
Is that a poo in the pool? It's a poo. No.
What is it? I forget. What is it when he eats? It's a
Snickers bar.
No, what's he say it is? Comments down below in Caddyshack.
It's okay. It's peanuts.
Yeah, he's like, it's what kind of candy bar is it? I forget now.
Snickers or something.
No, I don't think it's Snickers. I think it's
Milky Way.
Anyway.
Chris, what is the worst Muppet movie? Kermit Swamp Ears.
But come on, they get into a knife. You're going to say Kermit Swamp Ears is worse than I was going to say Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
I would say Wizard of Oz is worse than Swamp
I don't know.
Ears.
Kermit Swamp Ears is pretty bad.
Dude, but Kermit gets into a literal knife fight. It's you have to give it at least 1 point for that. It's a knife fight.
In what?
In Kermit Swamp Ears. It's a knife fight with the.
Well, Quentin Tarantino makes a cameo in Wizard of Oz, so I'll give you that point.
There you go.
I mean, Muppet Wizard of Oz was one of the funnier TV movies at that time. Like, this movie's actually kind of funny. It's like weirdly funny, like nipple jokes and stuff. But like, all right, and Clifford's in it, so that's kind of cool.
The Big Red Dog?
Oh yeah, him too. And
we have to watch it. Dude, it's the same actor. That's sorry, I don't mean that.
It is the same actor playing Tommy.
But Casey's vlog says it's the same actor who plays Tommy. That is amazing. That is so cool.
But can he hear you? Tommy, can he hear you?
No, because he's too busy being a pinball wizard.
So there you got it. Anyway, but Kermit Swamp Ears is like made for like. I mean, it's a direct-to-video movie, so I don't know if it's a movie, but the other one's a TV movie, so it's
a direct-to-video movie's still a movie.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's so bad. It's just like so bad.
It's not very good. No, I mean, it's no Muppets Most Wanted, but
Muppets
Most Wanted is better.
Kermit Swamp Ears makes Muppets Most Wanted look like Lawrence of Arabia.
This is the most you'll ever hear us talk about Lawrence of Arabia. The Wonder Year season 2 won't be on until 2023. Oh, in the summer. Show is dead. That's a shame because that show it's pretty good. I started watching it. I really liked it. I like the storyline and stuff. My problem is that it's a very different feel. If you watch Wonder Years, it's very.
Show is dead. What does it say? Show is dead.
The show is dead. I guess maybe it's done. I don't
know. No. 2023. Yeah, it'll be out in like January. It'll be out soon. This spring.
Maybe he means that that's the last season of it.
No, they just renewed it, and they're just
good because I liked it. Yeah. But anyway, you watch Wonder Years; it's a very dramatic type of show. Whereas the new Wonder Years, it's more kind of like it reminds me of Everybody Loves Chris.
I didn't watch that either.
That was like the Chris Rock show.
Oh, yeah,
it's like that because there's a lot of narration and a lot of like all of a sudden it goes. And it's like there's a like fantasy scene where like he's doing something, the kid's doing something crazy. So it's a very
the Wonder Years is doing
the new Wonder Years.
They do that?
Yeah, it's a very different type of show, but it's still good. The story's so good. It's
that's why I like the old show. Like it was like very grounded.
The old show is a very much a dramatic, like I said, grounded. It's not fantasy. It's very realistic type of show. The new one's not like that. No, it's very different, which is a shame. Girl Meets World is a great show. I loved it. I love the ending of it. I haven't got that far yet. So I'm getting there. I just got into season 2.
Diz Chewy Foodie says he went to the VHS on a VHS binge at the Montgomeryville Goodwill and survived the blue bins of death to get.
He thought 80s factory sealed VHS.
80s factory sealed VHS. That's probably because the Goodwill inside. We heard that Goodwills aren't selling VHS that much anymore because
so all the stuff has probably gone to the outlets now. Yeah, Goodwill. A lot of Goodwills are starting to get rid of the VHS. Yeah,
because no one was going to buy them for $3 or $4 a piece.
Well, that's
99 cents. Fine, but like they for whatever reason.
But even 99 cents. I mean, other than maybe a couple grandmas, who's really buying VHS anymore except for us?
Well, I mean, if it's a hidden one that you never know. You never know.
But a lot of that stuff just sits there because nobody's really buying it. I mean, I kind of don't blame the thrift stores for getting rid of VHS because it's like who's buying these anymore? Nobody. So fair enough.
No,
they announced one of your season 2, and summer show means it's getting burned off, and the ratings will not be good. You say so? I don't know.
That didn't happen with 90210. When that show was on, they actually started the season early in the summer, and it totally like revitalized the second season or whatever. Totally had this whole summer season about them, and it was awesome. And that show just blew up too. You have to watch that. Stop watching whatever and put on 90210. I think it's on.
I've seen some episodes. I'm not a fan of 90210.
Oh, so
it's not my cup of tea. Tori Spelling, right?
Yeah. But Jenny Garth's in it, and Jenny Garth was so great, and so was Kelly Kapowski.
Oh, she's on it too. And what's her name? Who's the main chick?
Oh, Brenda.
Yeah, what's her name? Her name?
Shannon Doherty.
Shannon Doherty. Yeah, I heard she's kind of She got kicked off the show.
She got kicked
because she was a complete bitch.
Because
I have the.
She comes back later, whatever. But
I have this. It's called storytelling or something like that. It's Tori Spelling's book. I have the audiobook, and she talks about why she got kicked off, and apparently, she was like very prima donna, and nobody liked her. Apparently, she was just an awful person to work with.
And it's like so crazy because like in the show she's like this super sweet, and then she's an asshole.
But I realized she was like a horrible person. Apparently, yeah. So
anyway.
Oh, Butts and Plugs says bye handsome people. See ya. Wait, I see one handsome person, and then this guy. I don't. Oh, wow, Cat Girl said I won't spoil the ending, but it's awesome. Nice. Only lasted 3 seasons, unfortunately. But I look forward to seeing it.
Didn't hear you guys mention it already, but when the hell is Chris going to Disney with you? Well, all right, Ant, when the hell are you going to pay for a ticket for me to go to Disney World? You get me a hotel room. You get me a flight. Oh, he wants to drive. I'll fly down there and meet him down there. I will get down there. I'm just waiting for that PayPal super chat. Super chat me a ticket to Disney World, and I'll be there.
It's not that expensive. Come on, let's go.
Probably in January. I think in January, when it's not so busy. You're going to early January.
I'm going late
January, February. Maybe sometime in there. That's the time to go. The best, like, you go like right after Christmas.
Yeah.
And like nobody is there because they all took their kids during Christmas because they have off, and like no one. That is the best. Because
don't go right after. You need to go the week after, like the week after Christmas. Right. If you go right after Christmas, like the day after, it's disaster. Shit. I went down one time over Christmas, during Christmas.
No.
And leading up to Christmas, we're like, oh, it's a little busy, but it's not. It's a bit more busy than usual, but it's actually not that bad. And then December 26th hits, and it became just whoosh. Wave of people. So apparently what a lot of people do is I guess they get the Disney as a Christmas present. Like, hey, Billy, hey, Jenny, guess what we're doing? You got Disney for Christmas. We're flying out tomorrow or flying out tonight or whatever like that. And everybody comes down on so the day after, it's a madhouse. Do not be there the week after Christmas. With that being said, we're thinking about going to Universal the week after Christmas.
Do not go to Universal either. You'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how Universal is. I don't know. I've never watched Buffy, Alfred. I have the entire series. I haven't gotten rid of that. I have a giant pile of movies.
She got kicked off Charmed as well. Jeez.
She's apparently a sharp person.
Oh my goodness.
But I have a giant pile of stuff I want to. I didn't trade in. I didn't get rid of. I didn't trade in or sell because I want to watch it first. Buffy's in that pile of stuff I want to.
Chris,
watch.
Any Sesame Street VHS tapes you wish were on DVD? Well, I wish they had more of the old school episodes. They did 3 volumes of old school, which were like the full episodes of the show. But I
want the fairy tale things, like the Jack and the Beanstalk or something, or no, I think it's something else. They did those 3 movies, or wasn't one of them Muppets Bremen, whatever?
That's not Sesame Street.
Yes, that's just Sesame Street. I thought I was thinking just Muppets. Sorry.
But yes,
what am I thinking of? There's that. There's
Muppets Musicians of Bremen,
and then
the Frog Prince,
and
yes, Hey Cinderella.
And
Hey Cinderella is not very good.
Yeah. But still, it'd be great to have them on DVD.
But yes, Frog Prince and Hey Cinderella were released on VHS by Disney in the 90s.
I have them.
But Muppets Musicians of Bremen was only released on VHS in the early 80s by Disney, and that was the only time it was ever released.
Laserdisc.
And Laserdisc.
I have Laserdisc.
And CED. There's a CED.
That's right.
Well, they combined and they have like.
Did I give you my CED?
No, I think I have it. I think I got it independently of you. Independently of you, I got that, my friend. But yeah, there were Tales from Muppet Land, and it was Hey Cinderella and Emmett Otter and Frog Prince and Muppet Musicians of Bremen. Those were the 4 that they classified under that, and they never really released them like together like that ever again.
And by the way, he's not wrong. Sort of wrong, but not completely wrong. He says you can camp in Vanderbilt with Dave. LMAO. Yes and no. You said you're actually big into camping. You have a tent and you like sleeping in your tent.
Well,
in all seriousness,
glamping,
though,
yes.
But in all seriousness, though, we can do that because when I go to the Disney campsite, I'm only parked in Vanderbilt. I'm not some big giant camper.
Right. So
but all the spots are designed for campers. So I park in the pad, and then behind the pad there's like a gravel area, and it's this huge gravel area that we never use or anything because I don't need that. So,
and when I glamp, I bring a queen size air mattress anyway. So I'm not sitting on the ground anyway. So I'm good with that.
we should do that. It'd be cheaper to stay at the campsite.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, we split a campsite site.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and we can put all the merch in the van, so we're all good.
Merch? Oh, I mean merch we buy?
Oh yeah, I mean, of course, we're gonna buy some merch while we're there. We're gonna buy some Ewoks, buy some Pandora things.
I don't have to buy stuff anymore because Dave now buys all the Figment stuff for me. So when I get down there, I end up having this huge gigantic box of
right. So you still gotta pick it up, right? Yeah, you still gotta
take
it back, right? True. Exactly.
Top 3 Robin Williams movies.
Robin Williams movies.
The Night Listener is so underrated. I've never seen Night Listener.
Top Robin Williams movies.
I'm trying to think of all the movies.
Does Aladdin count as a Robin Williams movie?
I guess, yeah. Aladdin's definitely in there, yeah. I mean, I love Mrs. Doubtfire, and there's so many. He's done so many good movies.
Toys.
I don't know if I like toys. I don't know. I don't
always let's pick the worst one.
Yeah, I mean, I like Hook. I like toys and Hook, but I don't know how to put them on my list. Yeah. Birdcage is fantastic as well. That's a great movie. That's an underrated one.
What dreams may come? I never saw that.
I don't like What Dreams May Come. But
I'm trying to find all. I'm listening to all. I'm trying to like the worst ones he did.
I actually just
Patch Adams.
I like Patch Adams. I actually had a double feature set of Patch Adams and What Dreams May Come.
Oh, I wonder why that was a double feature. Ooh,
but I had a double feature of that, and I got Patch Adams individually, and I traded in the set. I didn't even bother to get What Dreams May Come individually because I don't want that movie. I have no interest in having that movie in my collection. But Patch Adams is great. I love that movie.
Have you seen?
It's not. By the way, if you ever look up the real history of Patch Adams, that movie, not real. It's based on a true story. Basically, there was a guy named Patch Adams who was a doctor, and that's about as well. No, he wasn't even a real doctor. That's about as much similarities as there was. That the two stories are actually extremely different. Apparently, the real Patch Adams hates that movie and is very much against it because it's just so not true to his real life.
Oh, Good Morning Vietnam.
That's a good one.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
So someone mentioned my shirt. So I'm wearing a retro kid shirt. This is like a limited edition retro kid shirt. It's a Canadian company that these funky things. And so this is a shirt based on the classic Sesame Street cartoon. A loaf of bread, a stick of butter, 4, 5, 6, and a container of milk. 10, 11, when the little girl goes and has to remember, she goes, I remember. And she skips down there. And so I saw this, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. So yeah, it's a limited edition shirt. So someone said, yeah. And they now have, it just came out this week, today's special.
Ooh.
They have today's special. They have like a pin.
Just whatever you do.
And a couple of...
Don't take your hat off. 4 people are going to get that.
and the crazy... And they think the stream, got messed up. The crazy thing about it is...
The stream got messed up?
No, because we froze.
Oh!
The image they use on the banner as they scroll through for today's special, they have all their shows, whatever thumbnail they use. The one they use for today's special shows Gary Parks, who is Doc on Fraggle Rock, in the store, and they have all these Muppet Babies toys on the shelf behind us. So it's like that's cool. That's a very Muppet kind of.
Did today's special have any correlate? Can you 6 degrees of separation?
Well, I think some of the puppeteers maybe because it was a Canadian production. There were a bunch
of puppeteers, yeah.
Because they did that near where they shot
the mouse. I don't put the mouse within the mansion. She didn't live in a mouse hole. She lived in a mouse mansion. That was awesome. That was a great show.
So you can't find that anywhere.
That Pinwheel.
That I want to find again. You can't find anything for.
Man, they would release a special Pinwheel to DVD. That'd be awesome.
I mean, I don't know who owns that, but it'd be cool if they did it was on Nickelodeon.
Today's special Pinwheel and You Can't Do That on Television and Out of Control. That all needs to get released.
You Can't Do That on Television. Some of it is on Paramount Plus,
but I want to get released DVD.
Some of it. At least it's something there. Those other ones are not anywhere.
Yeah. Donkey's put an RV in the list.
The big F. Wow, that shirt. Flood of memories. I remember. If you go to Sesame Place, there's actually a nod to this next to Hooper's store. Like a checklist, someone's a shopping list, a container of milk, a stick of butter. A loaf of bread, a stick of butter, and a container of milk.
Nice. It's a deep cut there, right? I just like it takes a lot of little nuts to make a jar of peanut butter. And then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Sung by the Pointer Sisters.
I did not know that. who sings "It Takes a Lot of Little Nuts."
No idea.
Do you know to this day?
To
this day, every time I open up a jar of peanut butter, I sing that song.
Oh my god!
No joke. Every time I take a
no wonder your family hates you. No.
Well, I don't always sing it out loud, but in my head, I'm literally every time I'm using a jar of peanut butter in my head, I'm always like, "It takes a lot of little nuts to make it." Like I always think of that song. Always.
That's funny.
Hey, Greta's first live stream. Hello. We're doing these every
month.
The first Monday of every month now.
I won't be here all of them.
No, some of them will be. I'm gonna try to get a guest every month. I'm gonna try to see that. Try my best.
So what you're saying is this is my time of the month.
Wow. And with that, good night, everybody.
Did you know Casablanca is coming to 4K Blu-ray tomorrow?
I'll tell you this though, if you don't pick it up, you're gonna regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon, for the rest of your life. It's a great movie. I would love to interview the both of you for my publication in the Now magazine sometime. Okay. Toonland Publisher.
Yeah, reach out to us on all our socials. That's what kids say these days.
On the socials.
Reach out to us on the
What do you call it, the grams?
The grams.
Hit me up with the grams.
I was like, how's your gram doing? And he's like, what?
I was like, the gram.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Crackers?
That's what the kids call it these days. Oh, hit me up on the gram. All right.
You know a word I hate? Sus.
Sus?
You guys mean suspect? All the kids are using these days. My son started using it, and I'm like, Sean, stop using that word. And he's like, why? Is it bad? I'm like, no, it's just stupid.
I suspect. What is it? What do you mean?
Like something suspect, like
It's you're questioning it. It's
yeah,
suspect?
but the problem is that like it gets used so much that like sometimes it doesn't even. Sometimes I'm like, really, like, should you be using that word to describe this thing? Like,
oh, that's so sus.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Oh, I don't know. It's kind of sus.
Like if it was a scratch DVD, like, oh, it's sus because it's it isn't gonna play. I don't know. It's suspect. Like, yeah.
Oh, almost as you're saying it sucks, but it's sus.
Oh, is that what it's from?
Is that
Among Us. I never watched it was Among Us is the game, right?
Oh.
I never played it. That's what it's from, huh? I know that's popular.
Oh, stupid video games taking over pop culture. We don't like no. Apparently, no.
The only video games that take over more culture are Sonic, Mario, Zelda.
It's me, Chris Pratt.
Oh, somebody asked earlier. I didn't answer it. Has my son seen the trailer for that? He has. He wants to see it.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that the other day. I saw Black Adam, and that trailer came out. And I had seen the trailer without sound. I'd seen just happened to see it. So I finally saw it with sound because people were complaining about Chris Pratt, and so you see Bowser is badass.
Isn't Bowser being voiced by Jack Black?
I don't know, but Bowser was cool, and like the trailer was cool. Then Mario opens his mouth. It's like, hey. Let's go. You're like, what?
My wife did bring up a good point though. She's like, but Mario's done in such a stereotypical, like almost borderline racist, like very stereotypical voice. I'm like Italian voice. I'm like, I guess you make a good point. Like maybe that would maybe get looked down upon.
But that's the Japanese making fun of Italian plumbers, and in theory. Mario is an Italian American, so he shouldn't have had that accent to begin with. However, that all being said, for 30
Captain Albano voice
years, they've been doing a similar type voice. Even when the live action with Captain Lou, he's sort of already kind of had that kind of thing. It's like this does not really work. So it's very strange.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I got my cauldron bubbling.
No. Did you use the voice room? Saying you still have to go all the way upstairs. I haven't due to the fact that it was like $700 to get a freaking or not. I guess not that much. But it's a lot of money to get or 17,000. Say or it was a lot of thousands of dollars to get the roof done. So right so the downstairs bathroom, the Winnie the Pooh themed bathroom, the Pooh themed bathroom. Has
not been pooed yet.
Once again been put on hold because I'm like I gotta save up to buy toilets and fixtures and stuff because that roof was expensive. The disaster that was the roof. The roof
is on fire.
I'm surprised it didn't catch fire.
We don't need a water. Let the burn.
The jackal who runs that company burn. I should have tied him to a stake and burned him alive.
Whoa.
And I was just at Disney. We are in the creation shop we went into the creation shop at Epcot. Nice. It was cool, but so busy in there. Did you find it annoying in there when you were down? I mean, that's where all the stores are. They're all all the shops are pretty busy.
I'm looking for that figment that lights up with the spaceship Earth behind it.
Did Mike grab me one?
Because it came out.
Yeah, I think Mike who's Dave. I think Dave picked me up one.
Because I went on this shop. I heard about it. I went on the shop. They were already sold out. I'm like, what? And they were like not cheap to begin with. I was like, and they made a small ornament. It's like not like cool. I mean, I think it lights up though.
I think he got me both. I'll have to check my list of things.
If they come back in stock, Dave, if you're watching, I would like one of those. I know it's expensive, and I will pay you.
Yeah, there you go. PayPal.
What's your most valuable Muppet item?
Oh,
I don't know. I mean, I know that I have a couple of Jim Henson posters, and I have a couple of action figures that are pretty rare.
What do you mean posters?
He signed. That he had cast and crew posters he signed. So I would think, they're maybe a couple $1,000 or something. I don't know. That's, according to Collector's Call, which I was on. Plug. That's, I guess. I really don't know.
I didn't really care for that show much though. They didn't focus enough on the collections. I mean, I'd be on it too, but
it's your call. But yeah, you can watch some of those clips and maybe even the episode on my YouTube channel.
There you go. Wait, you have that? You upload that to your YouTube?
Well, you might be doing that. I don't
know.
I ran into the people that made that show, and I ran into some of the people that were on the show at Comic-Con, and they told me that almost all the episodes are on YouTube.
Oh.
Just everyone else has put them up there, so I might as well put them up there too because everyone else is getting views and whatever on it. So
I put my Disney commercial up there.
That might be coming up there soon. It might just pop up one day. I'm not gonna make it a premiere or promote it. Just there it is. Whoop! There it is.
And yes, I did hear that Puck Metal Nerd at Universal Florida that they're taking out a lot of the kids' own stuff. Yeah, minus ET, SpongeBob,
not ET.
Pizza restaurants. They're not taking ET out, but they're getting rid of all these other
the Shrek
things.
meet and greet, the DreamWorks area.
Oh yeah,
Fievel, and something else.
Yeah, I heard that. Which, fair enough. Universal doesn't do a lot of nostalgia stuff. They change things. It's not like Disney. Unfortunately, Universal changes things up a lot, which I kind of yes and no. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I kind of wish they would keep a lot of the older stuff.
I mean,
because I think ET's the only original attraction there. Everything else is gone, which is a shame because out of all those attractions they got rid of, ET's probably one of the worst.
I wrote it for the first time a couple of years ago. I was like, oh, I should probably get on this thing. It's okay. But yeah, the Back to the Future ride, I don't see.
Welcome home. I mean, you've arrived.
I think I might have gone on the Simpsons ride, maybe, but it's almost a spoof of the Back to the Future ride. It's really strange.
The only thing as much as I miss the Back to the Future ride, I do like the comedy for the Simpsons rides because it feels like classic Simpsons comedy as opposed to the newer I don't even watch some of the newer episodes. They're not written very well. The jokes they use for the pre-show and even in the attraction are actually pretty funny.
Are they written by Conan O'Brien? Is that one?
Maybe. You have a Snuffleupagus shrunk in your basement. Is that what it is? That's what Chewy Food says.
Oh, let me check. Oh.
Well, Dave, what's your most valuable Disney collectible? I don't know. Well, the only thing I collect is Figment stuff. So, well, I was gonna say maybe one of my Disney treasure sets. Some of those might be worth some money. But I don't know. I'm not sure.
I met Christian Bale, but he doesn't like me because I said I like your funny Batman voice. Alfred Armetta said that. You met Christian Bale and you went I'm Batman. To him.
Christian Bale would probably hate me.
Yeah.
Because if I met him, of all the movies I could talk to him about, I'd be like, Newsies. Let's talk. That's what I would talk to about. I would be like, I don't care about Batman. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. I want to talk about Newsies.
Were those real newspapers or those just props?
I'd walk up to be like, did you? So that's what they call a family, mother dog. I'd start singing to him.
Was that your really?
Wait, did it say you gotta live and die?
Did they give you your own little not baseball cap, but
it's not newspapers, it's papes.
What's that cap called? It's kind of like a cap like that, but it's like a golf cap.
They call them Scully caps.
Oh. Is it your own or is it a prop? Oh my god.
I just want to sing if
I've never seen Newsies. So.
Bucket list. I don't mind Christian Bale if you're watching this. If I ever meet you,
Christian Bale, give us a $5 Super chat.
If you want to make my life complete, if you want to make it to the point where I could officially die the moment after we get done doing this, and I would die happy. If you want to sing Santa Fe with me,
Santa Fe,
oh,
darling Santa Fe.
No.
I've never seen Newsies. No, I've never seen it. That's why it's hilarious.
You've got to see
Santa
Newsies.
Fe. No. That's how it should have been.
You gotta see it.
I fling the newspapers every day in Santa Fe.
I am enjoying your song, but no.
I'm a poor kid without a family. I sling newspapers every day. Newsies.
Anyway, so isn't Universal getting Super Nintendo World in 2023? Yes. Well, I don't know if they're getting it. I don't know if it's
no. It's a whole new theme park.
Well, they're opening Epic Universe, and it's going to be part of it. Yeah,
right.
Which I guess is that going to be done by 2023. I don't know whenever that's done. Yeah.
That looks badass.
Yeah, it does. They're definitely just destroying Disney. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, Disney's got issues.
Do you guys ever go to autograph conventions? You do, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm
going to Monster Mania. You may see me at Monster Mania in Oaks, PA, this weekend.
I'm supposed to figure out if I'm going to do it or not. Maybe. Melissa says Newsies is phenomenal. I agree.
Of course, because they sing Santa Fe, darling Santa. I mean, that's a hit song for them.
Ford vs. Ferrari's good. Yep. I should be like, oh, you like that movie? Oh, good for you.
I'm a Chevy. I'm Ford. Baker Boy hats.
There you go.
Baker Boy hats.
Dave, have you seen the play versus Newsies? No, I haven't. I have not seen it.
If Dave's hat had a snap on the brim, he could make it look like a Newsies Baker Boy.
Oh, it doesn't really.
No.
It doesn't fold over. It's got because these hats have a little like a thing in there.
Yeah, but that's more like a captain's hat.
This is a Portuguese fisherman hat.
It's a captain's hat.
Unfortunately, I hear Mario Kart is the only ride of the two going to USH due to space. It's going next to the Transformers CD. Oh, I don't know. We'll see.
James Dancy, my boy Chris, my boy James. Sure.
Yes, do I own Ghostbusters? Answer the call. I do. I don't hate that movie.
Yeah, you brought me around on that one. You really did. The extended cut is definitely better than the theatrical cut.
Theatrical cut is garbage.
And unfortunately, the 3D version is only the theatrical cut.
That's a shame, yeah.
But
I think that's why I watched it. Or no, I didn't. Oh, that's right. What I did was when I first watched it, I didn't see it in the theaters. I watched it first on 4K. I think I had it on 4K. I watched it first on 4K, and watching Miss Piggy there, and yeah. So anyway, I watched it the extended cuts, and then Brittany was like, "Oh, I wanted to watch it." I'm like, "Oh, well, don't worry, we can watch it again." I'm like, "But let's watch the theatrical cut this time." And I felt so bad. I was like, "I'm so sorry I made you watch that because I don't get it. There are legitimately funny scenes and scenes that like when they're extended are actually they're funnier and jokes that are cut out of the theatrical cut that are actually decent jokes and decent scene. Like who made that cut? Who had, you know what? We should do this movie. Let's cut out all the stuff that makes it actually like at least somewhat tolerable and we'll release that. Like what were they thinking?
The whole thing they weren't thinking. The whole thing is weird.
It's I still don't know why they didn't do it as a spin-off. That'd make more sense.
Yeah, and then to have the actual
Ghostbusters
original there as cameos, as other characters, you could have easily just made it like a spin-off or something. You could easily have been like, oh, we're gonna pass the torch.
It should have been a spin-off. It should have been like they did in the new Ghostbusters, where they just kind of make a cameo at the end.
Right.
It should have been like that. It should have been these girls. You know, they're in LA. There's ghosts in LA. But they're in the paranormal, whatever. And it's a very, they could have done almost the same story. I don't care.
Yeah, they get called at the end and said, who we getting a call from? It's the Ghostbusters. We're suing you.
That was funny. That was great, actually. That was a good idea. See, but it should have been a spinoff where it's now like because I've told this story before, but there are different branches of the Ghostbusters out there. There's a lot of cosplayers who dress up as Ghostbusters, and they have these little branches all throughout. There's a LA branch, there's a Chicago branch, a Philadelphia branch, and yada yada yada. And they should have kind of did a spin off of that, where okay, now this these girls from LA are seeing ghosts, but they're into paranormal investigation. They're going to investigate it. They're going to try to trap them. Remember, because I mean, people hadn't heard about it's not like in Ghostbusters 2 where after like 2 years everybody just somehow forgot that all that stuff happens. But they could have actually made it where people remember that in New York in 1980 yada yada all this stuff happened.
That's the thing too, is that in Ghostbusters Afterlife it seems like that too, like because it's like takes place in Arizona or whatever, like the kids haven't heard about the stuff in New York, but like some of the parents kind of like, oh yeah, there was these paranormal.
But they could have done something like that because that's the way it would be in real life. If New York had this whole paranormal stuff going on, yes, people in New York would never have forgotten about that. But some dude from Arizona would be like, oh yeah, remember we heard about that thing that happened back in the 80s or apparently a bunch of ghosts or something, right? That's how it would probably be. So they should have done something like that for Answer the Call. That's what they should have done. And then at the very end they could have been like, we're here to help or something like that, just for as a quick little cameo. I don't know.
Eli Cortez wants to know if I have any of the Muppet Star Wars that were exclusive to Disney parks. They came out with a whole line of Muppets as Star Wars characters action figures.
Do you have those?
I have the whole set.
Of course.
So like Bean was Wicket Ewok and Rizzo was.
Wait, did you say a bunny? There's nothing up there but a bunny. A bunny?
Yeah, Kermit was Luke Skywalker.
Maybe. Bean could set off the fireworks.
I'm leaving forever.
Forever?
But yeah, it came out with individual action figures, and also came out with like a box set of kind of figures too. And in the box set, Miss Piggy is Princess Leia. She uses a hairdryer as like a blaster. That's awesome. Link Hogthrob was Han Solo, and they also made him in Carbonite.
Nice.
Animal was Boba Fett.
That's cool. I didn't know that. I'll have to see this next time I come to your house. I'll check this out. Yeah. Sorry, Britt. His grandmother or his grandma passed away. Sorry to hear that.
Man, that sucks.
Who would you guys love to meet but haven't yet? Laura Dern or the Spice Girls?
Frank Oz. Frank Oz on my bucket list. I'll find him somewhere.
That'd be cool. Yeah. I was happy that I got to meet a monkey at RetroCon. That was awesome.
A monkey?
That's the first time I ever paid for an autograph.
I got him to sign a picture of him and Bobo from Muppet
That's cool.
Stuff.
You said they talked about it, right? He mentioned something about it?
Yeah.
It's cool. He was a nice guy. Yeah. What up, Dave and Chris? Question for Chris. Do you have any of the Muppet Star Wars... we just answered that question.
You don't listen to a thing I said! You don't listen to me at all!
I thought you were umpired. Sydney, in your frequent collection, do you own any of the tiny ones of him where he's dressed as Cupid? I do have that one, yes. It is. It's not that big. They came out these little tiny... Was that what they were called? Tiny? They were these little tiny like PVC figures. They're only about this big, and one of them is Cupid in a Cupid figment. I have that one, yeah.
Is it there?
Yep, I have it, yeah.
I will have to peruse.
Yeah, I have that one. Wow, for monthly Monday live stream, 220. Yeah.
Muppet Star Tours, such a missed opportunity. See, that's what they should do. There was a plan, at least I'm sure you know this. There was a plan before Jim Henson died that they were going to make this the Great Muppet Movie Ride. It was going to be a spoof of the Great Movie Ride, and it was the Muppets putting on their own movies, but it was spoofs to like Disney movies and they were just messing them up and showing how movies are made, but like the wrong way. So they should still do that. They should have a Muppet Movie Ride and not just spoof, just spoof Disney movies. Because that way you don't have to deal with licenses. They will spoof, because now they have 20th Century Fox. They can do all these other things. Spoof all the IPs that Disney owns, as well as other ride attractions. Yeah. So that you can drive through like the Muppet Haunted Mansion. Then you drive through do a Star Wars. They should totally do that.
Yeah. When I heard the original story about the Great Muppet Ride or whatever, I was a little kind of like, I don't know. I was sort of like yeah and nah, because at the same time I was like, well, you then be kind of having two attractions that are very similar. Like even though it'd be their own take of it, it would always be like the same. The two rides would be very similar. So I was kind of like eh. But here's the thing now. The Great Movie Ride doesn't exist anymore, So now it seems to make more sense because you'd be bringing it back as not only a spoof and something fun Muppets, but also in a way a tribute to the great.
I mean, tell you that would be the movie ride fans would love it. Muppet fans would love it.
Yeah,
and it would have everything. You could have attractions represented in there that you don't need to have a full ride for, but you could still have like. Because aliens or whatever, you could have like a small piece of that, and it would still be great. Like you could have Alien, and it's like in the big Gonzo's beak, like coming at like the corner thing.
Like, they need to, stuff. Yeah, that'd be awesome. See, now's the time to do it. Now that the original attraction doesn't exist anymore, for the nostalgia fact, it'd be great to do that. They just need to do the freaking Muppet Courtyard.
Well, we were talking about this past weekend. Because where Star Tours is and Galaxy's Edge there, Muppets are just sandwiched in. I'm almost thinking they've already half done it anyway. Just get rid of them in that space. Give that over to Star Wars. Just be done with it.
The only thing really over there, I mean, I don't count Pizza Rizzo as
right. It's barely themed.
Yeah,
like
barely.
they've already taken all the stuff off the theater. Just be done with it. And I don't mean get rid of it completely. I mean move it. That was old. Make a whole new Muppet Courtyard over where animation thing, and they had Playhouse Disney Live and Little Mermaid. Don't do that anymore. So put it over to the other side. Give them their own real area. Let Star Wars just take over that space, and then you could put the Great Muppet Movie Ride, and you could put Muppet Vision 3D across the walkway and have an actual space. You can't put a ride in where they are now.
No.
So why not?
No.
There's no space.
Well.
You get rid of Pizza Rizzo or something else, you get whatever, but whatever those buildings are across from the store, maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking you get over there, you could actually have a real ride space and everything, and you could the old MGM logo was up there. You could have the Muppets like hanging signs and falling off the thing, like because it looks like the old entrance kind of thing. So you could have them actually doing something for real
cool.
over there.
Yeah, that'd be pretty neat. Yeah.
Come on.
So jealous of that Godzilla set you found. Yeah, that was even though this.
I think
even though that's some of the worst packaging in the world, that was a good line.
I still like you gotta get that because it's super cheap. That was crazy.
And I got it for even cheaper because I only had it was like I want like $40 for it. I was like I got like 30, and the guy's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like that's all I have. I'm like if you take all I have,
right?
I'm like I don't have 40 on me. Sorry.
Right.
And he's like all right, fine.
It's like a $200 set.
Yeah, it's like sweet.
Crazy.
Do you have any Sesame Street 8-track tapes?
No, I'm on the hunt. If you have Sesame 8-tracks, especially if they're in the sleeves and everything, let me know.
That's not a stupid question, Greta. I do not have all the MST3K sets. I have a bunch of them, but just random ones I found. The thing of the MST3K sets they're stupid expensive.
Really?
To buy them new? Yeah, they're dumb expensive. So I never bought them when they were new because I'm like I'm not paying like $40-$50 for a freaking.
Really?
They used to be. I don't know if they still are, but they used to go like back when they were first coming out. They were like $50 sets. They were nuts, and I was like, I'm not doing that. So I've bought them over the years where I found them at antique stores and pawn shops and flea markets for cheap. But that's it. I just buy when I find them for cheap. So I have just a bunch of random ones.
So what you're saying is you only have 1K, not 3K.
Yes, there you go.
I was holding on to that joke for the last like 5 minutes.
Do I have a favorite cheesy movie? I mean, it depends what you consider cheesy. I mean,
Evil Dead 2.
I could say Spice World's a cheesy movie, but I mean.
Oh, you know what I heard? Think of cheesy movies. Have you seen Sausage Party?
Yeah, I have.
It's in the kids' animation section.
No, it's an animation.
Oh, okay. So they're making a series of that on like Amazon or something.
Next Sausage Party. It's there somewhere.
Here's PRSSA.
Oh, it's right there.
Here.
Yeah.
Party, sausage party. It gets really weird really fast.
It does.
It's like really weird. Like, oh, this movie
it's pretty funny
off the wall. It's like a freaking Nazi war movie. Like, it's really crazy. Like, oh, okay. The movie's nuts. But yeah, they're making a TV show now.
Oh, interesting. How are they going to do that? What's going to be on?
I think it's going to be on Amazon, I think.
It's going to be a very hard R-rated TV show.
Yeah. No, I mean, look at the House of Dragons and Game of Thrones. Those are all.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I guess, yeah. But even though Sausage Party is worse than those movies. Sausage Party is like, right? It's like it's right there at X. And they're like, okay, we're gonna plateau right at that X level.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's animated, so they can't. Yeah, it's like.
I mean, they do some stuff in that movie.
Right.
So yes, I have the How to Train Your Dragon 3 film collection on Blu-ray. Nice, that's awesome. I love
Not to
movies.
dwell, but the only thing that separates the Muppets Courtyard from Star Tours is the pizza building Rizzo. They could easily figure out and to keep.
That's not true. Also, the theater for 3D.
Yeah, it's Star Tours.
And here's the other problem.
And then the Desert Traders, whatever it's called. Then the bathrooms.
Tatooine Traders.
The bathroom, Pizza Rizzo.
The bathroom's actually a part of the building because it's Gonzo's.
Right.
Yeah.
The shop of
which isn't even open.
Half it's not even open.
No, the whole thing's not open. It hasn't been open for years.
What do you mean the whole thing's not open?
The Muppets, the store, it's been closed for a couple
Studio
years.
One?
It's been closed for a couple years now.
You can't go in at all anymore?
Nope.
Oh crap!
It's literally closed for before it closed before COVID, and they haven't reopened it back up.
No.
Yep. It's been closed for years now.
Oh, so that building's just sitting completely
completely empty.
Oh, that's really ridiculous.
Yep.
Now I'm just really pissed off.
I'll paycheck.
And then across the street from that, there's like a Christmas store.
And there's a Italian restaurant back there, which I think is one of the things they're holding on to, because an Italian restaurant, it's a sit down restaurant, and apparently it's pretty good, and it gets a lot of business. So.
And then you have the Muppet Vision Theater.
The Muppet Vision Theater. Yeah.
So wait,
that's it.
I know they had closed that store from Muppet Stuff. They had like just the back. So it's just
they used to have it says
Muppet
Stuff.
So
an end cap of Muppets. That was it.
You can't even go. Oh, that's
can't go in. It's been closed for forever.
Get out of town.
Yep. Stupid.
I don't think I ever even noticed that. Or I haven't been down there in years, but
yeah.
I was there 3 years ago, and it was still open. And I could have bought the last of this thing, and I should have bought it. It was still expensive, so I didn't get it. But yeah, it was very small. Only the first 2 rooms had Muppet Stuff. Back in the 90s, when that first kind of opened, that whole there's 3 rooms in that building were all Muppets, because the 3rd room is the Muppet Babies nursery.
Oh.
The window from the Muppet Babies nurseries. That's how you know it is. But they made it all like Disney crap.
You said 2 giant nanny legs.
Exactly. Oh, that would have been good. That's how you should have the pipes or something. Right?
That's a good idea.
Like the sport beams. There was like Never Before Christmas for all that crap. And then it was just the front room. So it was just the front. Oh, that's because you walk in there. It's the recreation of the lockers from Muppets Take Manhattan, and then you walk in past that, and it's a recreation of the Happiness Hotel. And then they have like fake props from like Muppet Movie and stuff all over.
Been closed for a couple years now. Pretty lame. Yeah.
Hey Disney. Hashtag fail.
I don't know what Disney is doing half the time.
It's sus.
Oh, God. And you're out.
Man, that's real sus.
I think we already answered this. What's your favorite Muppet movie? Mine's the 2011 movie that I have playing right now on the TV. That's my favorite Muppet movie. Yours is just the Muppets, right?
Sorry, what do you mean?
Your favorite Muppet movie?
That's your favorite movie.
Sorry. This is the Muppets. Yours is just yours is Muppet movie. Mine's the Muppets, right?
And Muppets Take Manhattan.
Okay.
Yes.
I would pay for Pigs in Space Mountain over like
Pigs in Space Mountain.
It's a great idea.
That should be in the Great Muppet Movie Ride. Like you put it in there.
Could do that,
and then like what happens is the Spine Trek has launched. They didn't launch it properly, and it got stuck at the top of the. Or I guess Oh, that'd be great. They shot over the Matterhorn.
Mama Melrose. That's what the restaurant's called back there. Thank you, Lisa.
I don't think I've ever eaten there.
Mama Melrose and the Xmas store are
So
all
you
connected and divide Star Tours in the courtyard before you hit the fountain. Yeah.
So wait a minute. You have a real Italian restaurant and you have a fake pizza rat restaurant.
Yes. It's rat pizza. Yeah.
Next, why would you even do that? It's like 2 of the same things. That's Disney.
Well, it was stupid before because before it was Pizza Rizzo, it was Pizza Planet, and it was also not themed like a Pizza Planet. Do you know how many times I've eaten inside there and heard one family after another go and go, oh, like I've heard one disappointed child after another because they think it's Pizza Planet. There's gonna be video games and there's gonna be a claw machine. I can get an alien. It's gonna be like it is in the movie, and they walk in and they're like, it's literally just a restaurant called Pizza Planet, and there's nothing.
Right. The logo.
There's no theming at all.
Everything outside would lead you to believe. So like that's dumb. So they made it like Pizza Rizzo because it's Muppet Courtyard, and like all you did was just put like caricatures of the Muppets everywhere, and you all this merch that you can't buy is sitting there just teasing you. It's ridiculous.
This is what we need to own Disney. We need to become the CEOs of Disney. We want to do a hostile takeover. Let's go find Bob Paycheck and we'll tie him up and never mind.
Want some candy, Bob Paycheck? Hey, Bob Paycheck, I will trade you this whole cauldron of Halloween candy.
That's a good question, Lisa. Lisa says, why is there not a Pizza Planet in Toy Story Land? They are doing a restaurant in Toy Story Land, but why isn't it Pizza Planet themed? I don't know. It should be.
Because they're dumb.
They're doing a whole, but it's going to be a whole, like, I guess, including Woody's Roundup themed restaurant, which, don't get me wrong, is interesting, but you already have the Pizza Planet
restaurant
like thing. Like, yeah. And they're building it where they were supposed to originally build the Al's Toy Barn. So you, like, for a company like Disney that is always made fun of because it's, you know, there's so much merchandise and so many toy stores and merchandise stores, and it's just store, you know, every ride ends in a gift shop. Right. Why did they build this land and then they scrap what would literally just be a box with a facade? It's not like it wasn't an attraction. Yeah. It wasn't a roller coaster. It wasn't a ride. It would have literally just been a big giant square box, a building, and they would put an Al's Toy Barn's facade on the front. That'd have been it. How much money could that have possibly cost? I mean, yes, probably hundreds of thousands because you're building a structure. But for Disney,
right, that's nothing.
That's pocket change. I'm like, out of all the things you skipped building like what probably the cheapest thing you could have built, which was a Al's Toy Barn.
Get another $5.
$5 super chat from Brent Mania. A Muppet horror movie where Miss Piggy saves her family from being butchered and other pigs. Maybe I sound stupid. That sounds good to me.
It's like that commercial of those horror movies. Let's go in the running car. Let's hide in the basement. Let's hide in the attic. No, let's hide behind those chainsaws. It's like let's hide in the slaughterhouse.
I'd watch it.
Only VHS Chris found that I was so jealous of was those Jim Henson Mother Goose tapes from the preschool collection. I remember that. Shame those never got archived.
Those are at I think you found those at the Exton Goodwill, right?
No, I found those at this place we were out in like the farm country, this like little random place we found, and we were upstairs in like this they had books and area and like in movies, and they were underneath. I just saw them like, what is that? And I pulled down, I'm like, oh, I never sealed. I was like, that's crazy. That was crazy. That was a good day. That was a good day.
Do I ever own every Sharknado film? I have Sharknado 1 through let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 through 5. There's more than that, isn't there? Or there's a new one coming out or something?
Oh my goodness. I've never seen any.
I have 1 through 5. I only ever seen the first one. Yeah. I think you should bring back Mixer Toad. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Apparently they brought a popcorn
bucket.
Yeah. Popcorn bucket. And they're like, hey, look, we brought it back. Oh, fool you. Just popcorn bucket. Got you again.
I mean, still in Disneyland at least. But yeah.
See, that's what I like about Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin. It's because it's
did they get, is that still there or did they get rid of it?
No, it's in California.
Yeah, but they didn't replace it with the
no replacing?
With the okay. Well, because they're putting in Toontown they're putting in Mickey May's Runaway Railway.
Not yet, anyway.
Well, they are putting it. It's already being built.
But they haven't replaced this yet.
Okay.
So it's not in the same place, though.
Okay.
So what I like about that ride is it's Mr. Toad's Wild Ride mixed with the teacups.
Yeah.
It's literally like it's a dark ride. It's like pretty cheesy, it's pretty flat, dimensional ride. But you could spin the car any way you want, like you can in the teacups.
You see Benny the Cab?
Yeah.
Nice.
But it's funny because they couldn't. There was a.
Hey Roger, what do they call the middle of a song?
A bridge. They
was he like, I don't know, a bridge.
There was going to be a different through line story to that ride, and so the cabs they're not Benny, they're like somebody else, like Lenny or something.
Lenny the cabs
on the thing because you're trying to get to Benny. Some kind of goofy, and then they scrapped it, but the things were already made. So it's like, oh my god.
Toontown's closed to refer, but they're not getting rid of Roger Rabbit, are they? I don't know. I don't really follow Disneyland.
They made Jessica less sexy.
They did do that. Yeah, I saw that.
They put a trench coat on her or some bullshit. Like,
yeah.
So stupid. So stupid. Like, give me a break. Like, it's just dumb. Hey, Disney, give me one of these. Just dumb. Dumb.
I got 6 securities and later got what, Alfred? No idea. No idea what you're talking about. I like how Blue Sky says Disney should call us. I agree. Should call us for all the ideas. because it's
We're-
just one
We
bag
are
and cover
open to
them.
being on Disney's payroll. We want to make Disney better.
I've
We
already-
do not
I've-
want them to suck.
I've
We
already
want them
been-
to be great.
I've already been on Disney's payroll. I'm just saying. So, and cinematically as well. Just saying.
You're part of the Disney family now, Dave. So you have a.
I have an in.
you have an
I
in.
always tell Brittany about. I always say like, oh, I'm going to become the CEO of Disney, and she's like, what? I'm like, well, you always hear those stories about
They worked your way up.
yeah,
too.
the guy who's like, I started selling popcorn at Disney back in 19 yada yada yada, and now I'm like, the head of all Disney parks or whatever. I'm like, see, that could be me. I could be like, oh, I was once in a Disney commercial, and now I'm CEO.
Now I head of the commercial division. Everything.
I want to be CEO. I want to come up with the ideas.
David, I don't know if this was mentioned yet. Do you know Laura Dern is in the Bejeweled Taylor
Yes,
Swift video?
we already discussed that. Yes, I do.
We are big Swifties. I mean, duh.
I'm a big Durney.
I'm a Lerny.
Learn
I'm thinking of Lauren.
Muppet City Bear Jamboree. I heard rumors that they might be bringing back the Christmas overlay for Country Bear, which would be awesome because they used to every year they would do a in Disney. I don't think they did it in Disneyland. I know they did. It doesn't matter. Disneyland doesn't have Country Bears anymore, but Disney World, they used to do they used to do a Christmas overlay. They all sing Christmas songs. They had Christmas hats on, Christmas. They just stuff on, and it would be Christmas music. But they stopped doing that. I wish they'd bring it back. That'd be cool.
It's too much time. Someone has to go out there to the park, put hats on all of them. They have to change the animatronic signals so that the mouths move to different songs. It's a whole production.
Lisa, I think you might be getting your story wrong. Lisa says the story of the little boy who got stuck underneath the taxi on Roger Rabbit ride is horrifying. No, unless I never heard of that. You're thinking of the Cat in the Hat. The Cat in the Hat attraction at Universal that happened. It was the cars used to spin a lot more.
Oh.
And a boy actually fell out and got trapped underneath it and was dragged along. And I don't think did he die or is he paralyzed now or something like that? He got pretty badly hurt. That's why when you ride that ride now, like the first time Brittany and I rode it, we're like, what are with these nets? Because there's these nets on it now, but they don't look like they've been there. They look like they were put on as an afterthought. And then we find out it's because a kid fell out underneath and the car ran him over. And I don't know if the sensors weren't working or what, but yeah, that was at Universal, not at Disney. Yeah.
Wow! On that happy note.
Yeah. Chris, favorite Sesame Street VHS tape. His is.
Oh,
I got
one. I got it. Don't eat the pictures. That was the Sesame Street at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. It was a special, and it was hard to find back in the day. And now they did release it to DVD, but it was only available to museums.
Oh, Lisa said it also happened for Roger Rabbit. I didn't know that. I never heard about that happening for Roger Rabbit. So a very similar attraction, and the same thing happened twice.
Because
wow,
with Roger Rabbit, you had the ability to turn it as much as you want. So maybe the dad turned it too much.
Yeah, I did not know that happened in Disneyland as well. Didn't know that. Weird. It's a very similar story.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up.
It's voting day tomorrow. Everyone, make sure you vote.
Oh yeah, I gotta get up and do that.
So we gotta make sure we do that tomorrow. Everybody be nice, up and rested for the end of democracy. Which hopefully won't happen if enough people go out and vote for the right people.
So this is how democracy ends in thunderous applause.
Well, you see, that's hilarious. If you watch an Andor, Mon Mothra is a senator.
I haven't watched it.
And so, Padme's talking about, this is how democracy dies. And you can see, she's giving this speech about democracy, and, all the senators are, one by one, shutting off the lights of their box. They're like, we're out of here. Forget this broad. We're done. And it's like, no, that's how democracy dies. Well, the empire, the emperor already owns the, the whole thing is already kind of done at that point, but whatever. Anyway, okay. We're good.
Yep, that's gonna do it. So thank you guys. 2-hour live stream. I'm probably these are all gonna be at 8 o'clock now. I used to do 9. The reason why I started doing the videos at 9 was because I started doing that at that time because my wife, when I started doing these, she used to work nights. and I had to put my son to bed. So by the time I got around to doing these, it was pretty late. I had to do them at 9. I didn't have a choice. But now that my wife works a day job and I don't have to physically put Sean to bed, I can start doing these a little earlier. So I'm gonna start doing them at 8 o'clock. And again, it's every first Monday of the month, not every week, just every first Monday of the month. I'll be doing these. I'll try to have a guest every time. So Chris or Patricia or Joe or Rick
all of
or
us all at once. I mean, everybody, everywhere.
I don't know how we're gonna fit down here, but maybe
we gotta just push the camera
possibly
back. We'll be like Lawrence already. We'll be this. Each one of us are this big.
So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Remember the OG 8 p.m. I used to do it 8 p.m. at one point, but then I had to push it back. But they're back at 8. They're back at 8 o'clock again. So
we're back, baby.
Next first Monday of December. Stay tuned for 8 o'clock. So, all right, guys, that's it. So thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and check down below for links to Patreon, Spreadshirt, and the Cinema Sickness store. It came from Cinema Sickness. Also check down below for my second channel, Retro Res Stuff, for fun daily adventures, all kinds of cool stuff. And also check down below for a link to
Muppet Stuff.
All right, I'll see you guys next video. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. I will see you guys tomorrow in another video, and I will see you next first Monday of the month. So, all right, thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
See ya.